तिनक धिन धागे न 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 तिनक धिन.
Every day I wake, I make my mind up. I'ma be the one, be the truth, be the way. Yeah. Every day I wake, I make my mind up. Gotta keep my mind on the because they only telling their side of the story. Out here telling lies like they on Morid and porridge. Kids get their money on phone it. But down here in the hood, yeah, we know Forex. We growing up, yeah. We got the goods. Good of them assets, good of my bag. Get rid of cash before the whole market crash. A news flash, just a flash from the past. We on the smash now. Be prepared to hit the gas, yeah.
Build a land, get the wealth, change your name up. Get the title in your hands, switch the game up. Melanation, elevation, arise. We the vibe, blood eye, and we travel.
Try.
Blood eye, and we travel.
Woo. That's my child. Woo.
Blood eye, and we travel. Hey, hey, hit him with the higher. Yeah, Sherry no Haka from Virginia. Yeah.
I know I'm more because I'm blessed. I know I'm more. I passed the test.
We got to see with the true eyes. We need some brand new bright ideas. We got the hearts and some great minds, yeah. If we could all just be sincere.
Build a land, get the wealth, change your name up. Get the title in your hands, switch the game up. Melanation, elevation, arise. We the vibe, blood eye, and we travel.
Try.
Blood eye, and we travel.
Woo. That's my child. Woo.
Blood eye, and we travel. Build a land, get the wealth, change your name up. Get the title in your hands, switch the game up. Melanation, elevation, arise. We the vibe, blood eye, and we travel. Hey, hey, hit him with the higher, yeah.
75% of Americans currently do not have an estate plan. So who needs it and why? If you're over 18 and you don't know the answer to one of these questions, then it's probably you. So adults, who can make healthcare decisions for you if something were to happen today? Do you have the right set of documents to make sure your loved ones can be present for you? Parents, do you have the right set of guardianship documents to make sure that your children can be under the care of someone that you trust and that knows them, that cares for them and has their best interests at heart? Homeowners, would your family face probate if something were to happen to you today? Would you not rather make sure they don't face the delays, cost, and public nature of this court process? If any of these apply to you, here at Trusty Friend, we have simple planning options, whether you opt for a guided by a friend, guided by a planner, or guided by attorney option, making estate planning simple, affordable, and accessible to everybody. Don't believe me? Reach out to us today.
Peace to the party. It's your homeboy reporting live. Happy to be amongst the people again. Hey, so I know y'all missed us. Shit, I miss y'all too. I love to do this, having fun, being creative. You know what I'm saying? Putting something forward to the people because there's a lot of different ways that content can be made. And this is not the most popular way, but it needs to be. So that's more than just, I think by now, that we've shown y'all that we will be consistent. Obviously, we got things going on. So the money that we make for this is very small. We are operating in the red. But it's because we know what the long-term vision is. But hey, we need y'all help too. So bro, in the chat had a very good piece to you, Quinn Smith. I always come through. But bro right here was saying, that's a good idea when you was talking about doing the Q&A. So y'all let us know what type of ideas that y'all want to show up and participate for, because obviously even sometimes, we get bored because I talked to Mac. I got Mac, master teacher. He want to take it all the way to the moon. and we'll have conversations, us and then amongst the party when we figuring out what we want to talk about. And we know that we got to still make sure we hit some of these key concepts because everybody not ready to go to the deep end. That's not the shows that we get a overwhelming amount of people show up for because they feel like it's too far beyond what they know right now. And that's cool. We understand that. That's a part of education and entertainment. You got to go with the people like. So knowing what y'all want is half the battle. So definitely don't be afraid. Y'all know us. We chop it up with the chat. We ain't ducking nothing. And we give appreciation to everybody because y'all ain't got to come here. You feel me? That's church. You feel me? So as I sit back and I think, man, we've been gone a couple of weeks. A lot of stuff going on. Me and Mac, both real fathers, family men. We got things we got to do, right? But sometimes being away, it help you refresh and get perspective and just see what's going on in the world. And boy, I ain't gonna lie, you know, we keep it real here, Sunday service, right? This is my altar for me to talk through talking to y'all. You feel me? It's like therapy, I guess you could say. You feel me? So I sit and I think it's a lot of topics going on. One thing that I realize and I really genuinely feel since being a part of, because this is a sect of the conscious community, right? Man, I'm really super frustrated with the conscious community because I realize a lot of these folks is just playing. They only do this amongst certain friends or for online for clout, trying to figure out a way to, you know, make a dollar off of it, which nothing is wrong with making money off of what you do because I am a capitalist. Home by with the news, you got to know this, right? But then we can't be the ones that pervert this information and then be using it for mischievous shit. That's why I lose respect for you. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, though, that's not just on the individual creators who choose to go that route. That's on the people that support them too. And that's why I say that I really started to get disappointed, boy, because I be seeing so-called conscious folks getting stirred up within these media debacles, things that we know they harvesting up to play on our mind and emotion when we know what the system really is. So we can't sit here and break down history and know the true understanding of white, black, and politics and why everything came to be, but then get caught up in these controversies that we can't even solve with a conversation, but then will lose your fortitude in what you know to be true and go way off base. This is why we ain't building nothing. We really just, our ancestors would be ashamed. You feel me? So that's how you know how I'm coming, right off the bat. And realizing what's going on here. So one of the things while I've been out, hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. I'll let y'all real quick. Bro said Montezuma. Hold on, y'all. I'm shaking back. Internet. I need to get into my genealogy. I'm from southeastern Georgia, little town named Social Circle. Okay. A lot of people been reaching out, man. So we got, to be told, we got people that do genealogy. The thing is, those of y'all that been around for a while, y'all know how this go in this community. Like, for one, genealogy is not an easy task. So when people be trying to only charge y'all a couple $100, I mean, that's really love compared to what actual, because obviously to do good genealogy work, you just ain't doing a simple tree on goddamn ancestry or family search. Obviously, anybody can do that. To get further than that, it takes some real searching and working. You feel me? So that's not easy. So it's better to have like a way to it's like credit repair, essentially. Yeah, you can pay somebody to do it. It's best if you understand the system itself, because who gonna care about your credit more than you? Just like your genealogy. The person you paying don't care like you care. It's your family, not theirs. But everybody needs some help and some resources. We really just need to kind of help each other. But we got something coming that's some type of a service in that fashion. You feel me? So appreciate that. And hey, do as much searching as you can, because it's definitely information. But the best way, once you got names, places, and understanding, is to pull up to them areas or see if they got an online database. I just requested some records from New Orleans archives, trying to figure out when they was talking about the Clotilda, they had the documents, they had the newspaper article when they was calling Clotilda a hoax. It came out in the New Orleans paper, bro. So I just requested that online. You feel me? So some places got online, but others you got to pull up. But you got to know what you're looking for. Shout out to my boy. What he say? Shout out for the $10 super chat. He say every piece of the puzzle counts. Autonomous party finds those intricate ones people don't touch. Big ups on effort. Hey, I'm pretty sure when Matt get here and just the rest of the party, we definitely appreciate it because it was a time they were calling us the niggas in the corner. Because all we did was study. We was putting in them 10,000 hours, no cap. Anybody who ever came to one of our clubhouse rooms or anybody where we be at, yeah, we'll get and venture off into everyday stuff and nigga shit sometime. But when it come down to talk about sources of information, we own that. And we always provide it. And we've been willing to see where the journey takes us. Because see, I got to keep it real with y'all. The more that we've been blending and telling the truth about stuff, it hurt your bag in certain areas. Perfect example. When we started talking about them Black European, boy, a lot of the Indian community did not like that. Still to this day, people got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? But that's a very ignorant mindset that lets you know that you still brainwashed with what the system did to us because the history is what it say, bro. We can't say it was Black Europeans, but they don't want to attribute it to none of us. Like, it don't make no sense, especially if you in these areas where they was at. We just gotta be truthful when we read history. We can't colonize the history neither. You feel me? That I'm just saying. Hey, but appreciate that super chat, bro. That's much love, bro. He said I'm in Statesboro, Georgia. Okay, but I'm right outside of Macon, but so yeah, Statesboro ain't nothing from here. So we've been doing Maroonville in South Florida. That's the base. That's the, you know what I'm saying? But until we perfect that one, we probably ain't gonna go too much outside it. But obviously Georgia's super close. You know what I'm saying? What do you say? I got pretty far, too far. Okay. Yeah, I'm saying. And everybody get to them roadblocks. Once you start getting 1830s or better, it start getting tough in these southern areas for sure. He say that's when Mac was in that recliner teaching. Hey, you feel so you've been down, you know, bro. So I'm saying we got years worth of hours of bills of showing every source and you seeing the journey that we taking, the pieces that we grabbing onto and steady stacking. Bro said I just learned about the Colfax massacre in Baton Rouge. It's infuriating. Yeah, they were just talking about the Bossier. There's a one in Bossier. Most of the people in Louisiana have no idea about the real history of Louisiana because I know I didn't. And there's so much that's really right there. Louisiana is a historical state. It was one of the freest ones in the South. It in Florida. Imagine that. But hey, let me get to something, Bucket. We just been running it. I got to get to my piece because we finna get here and Matt. But appreciate y'all in the chat though. So check it out. So this a video. Shout out to Bria from the party. She sent me. Everybody send videos, and when I'm in my mode, I just literally grab whichever one that I'm in the mode for, and I run with it. So she sent this video. So Amanda Seals been talking about what's going on in Gary, Indiana. Now I don't necessarily rock with Amanda Seals, but she ain't dumb. You feel me? So let's see what she got to say. Then I'm gonna show y'all what I came up with.
So while Black voices like Dr. Umar say things like, what have the Palestinians done for us? While Black voices of all kinds say, we don't need to think about Israel. We don't need to think about Palestine because that's happening over there. Here's how Israel is impacting Indiana. You know where they're having blackouts right now, particularly in Gary, which is predominantly Black. Pay attention.
So I'm not saying Israel had anything to do with this, but I gotta talk about Indiana. So I saw this girl's TikTok and she was talking about the blackouts, okay? And she said in her TikTok, which caught my attention, was that the governor of Indiana, Governor Braun, just sold them out to Israel. So of course I had to figure out what the hell she was talking about. And oh my God, she's fucking right. So there's this thing called Iron Nation, and it's an Israeli venture capital fund. And it was created right after October 7th because Israel was saying that their tech industry was getting hit hard. Their startups weren't getting enough investment in them. You know, the war was costly, yada, yada, yada. So they created this, I don't really know what else to call it, but a charity fund where they go out and they're trying to raise all this money to strengthen Israel's economy and strengthen their tech startups, right? Like this Iron Nation Fund has literally been called the beating heart of Israel's tech. Just recently, Governor Braun of Indiana just signed something called the Iron Nation Indiana deal, where he is investing $15 million of Indiana's taxpayers' money into Israeli startups. So they're going to start building Israeli startups. They're going to have a headquarters there in Indiana, where they're taking people from Israel and bringing them over to settle in Indiana, and Indianans are paying $15 million. So they've even said that they're going to integrate the Israeli citizens into the neighborhoods and make them parents at their schools and all of these things, right? So people in Indiana are going to be paying $15 million to bring Israeli startups over to Indiana and help integrate them into Indiana.
So the Zionists that operate and essentially run the central banks, the IMF, that have been using the United States as a bully to run the world while using Israel as like a money laundering weapons manufacturer, yeah, they're now making their big push to colonize the United States. Like Israel was created to give Zionists an opportunity to be a part of colonialism. And now they're doing their next move to expand their empire. Support a real.
All right. So, I had to do my research, right? So, two things could be true. So we're going to break down, looked into it. I'm going to show y'all what I found. And then, we're going to talk about it. So right now, Gary, Indiana, y'all, I'm sure y'all seen it. It's been weeks. A lot of folks been without power. It's pretty crazy. Now, obviously, this is a black city. People are saying that they hasn't gotten enough coverage. Things of that sort. They need help. It looked pretty bad. It looked terrible. Similar to what's been happening. Yeah, I remember what that was, Cary, North Carolina, or somewhere in North Carolina area where they had, it stormed like crazy, but somehow they got flooded and they went nowhere near the water, the ocean. So that was pretty suspicious. So this could easily be a situation like that, because I ain't gonna lie, this whole summer, bro, I'm in Georgia, bro, I swear to God, I feel like it rained almost every day or every other day the whole summer. So I've been a big person that's on that weather modification and using that. So, I definitely believe it is a thing. What the purpose is, I think is different. It's different each time. And I think sometimes our weakness could be like we expecting them, like these folks, this system is very sophisticated. Boy, they got plays upon plays, like stuff we didn't even think of. But sometimes there is a such thing as nature, and we can't predict Mother Nature and what she do. And sometimes it's a combination of both. You just never know. The only way we can really view it is the after effects. It's kind of start giving us some clues on what the play was. Like a lot of times, like remember what happened in Hawaii? All of a sudden, this land get burned or something crazy because this is a high price area. Same thing in Los Angeles. Hey, a lot of credence to that, right? We can never say what's what. So let's put that on that list, right? But what she was saying in the video was tying this to them folks, the Iron Nation, the whole play that the Israeli got in specifically Indiana, which that's what Gary is. So are the two related? Got to go look and see what's what. Are they the ones with the weather machine to make this happen to come get the land? And it's something specifically about Gary? Because it's obviously not just Gary that's hit, it's the whole area. Like they talk about a lot of people, not just it's some people, places in Chicago, all of the surrounding areas face the same thing essentially. All right. So obviously we know it really happened. We know for a fact the storm happened. We can see it on the internet. Local people, it's real. Ain't even no need to question that. They say it was crazy. Some people that's been there for a long time, so they ain't never seen nothing like that in this area. So that leads you to be like, okay, well, that's pretty random for Gary, Indiana to get hit with something like this. I think they said it was multiple tornadoes, rain. It was like the perfect storm type shit. Outage is crazy. hundreds of thousands of people affected. Still to this day, it's tens of thousands that still don't have power. I think they estimated with like the next couple of days. They say it's been chaos out there. Somebody when all the power been out, shooting happened, and one of the electrical workers' car got hit. So of course they're gonna report that. So a lot of black folks, the theory meter going crazy. You feel me? They trying to wipe us out, this, that, and the third. And we can't, something like this happen. We can't say that that's not on the table, right? But I'm gonna tell you what I think. So bro was like, man, I'm having an operation. As he having an operation, this happened. So he one of the main people who was a part of the lawsuit, trying to go at somebody. All right. He said the pharmacy blackout left him unable to fill prescriptions locally. Other plaintiffs described lost perishable food and emotional distress. At least 7 deaths across the region have been attributed to the storms. So the lawsuit already ready to hit him. All right, bet. So now the electrical company, the power system come into play. They the ones supposed to be supplying power. How you ain't ready for this? Now we just established that they ain't never had no storm like this here before. So this ain't Florida or somewhere by the water where they used to and have to build a certain way. But they also said they had a plan. So vegetation management spend has been more than doubled since 2016. So the company coming like, hey, look, now we've been out here working. We got the money approved. We've been on this. So basically 10 years they've been working on this. That's a good amount of time to be prepared for anything. All right. So this the lawsuit going at them. I ain't mad at them. Hey, you done lost your power, lost all kind of stuff. They the ones that provide the power. Shit, go after them. I ain't tripping. It's America. Go with your move. So now, how we connecting this to the to the Israeli, right? What's their connection to this? Because people, what my bro say in the chat, he said they stealing something on the land or making something on the land. All right, we know that's a valid playbook move. So we can't rule that off of the table. So let's figure out who doing it. So this the Iron Nation right here. So I'm gonna read a couple parts of this. So what is this Iron Nation in Indiana? So it's 60 million in investment and commercialization initiative. So the state of Indiana is putting up 15 million. And then the Iron Nation partnership putting up 30 million. All right. So Israeli right now it has a tech hub. Now I want y'all to hear what I'm saying very clearly. This is major game. Israeli got a tech hub. That little old area, what they do is they figure out and infiltrate the areas that are relevant for business. That's why there was always bankers and lawyers to protect business interests and corporation growth. All right, but now tech is the wave. Every nation got to be on tech and have their top people on that. So this is their new play here. So they have a startup that they created in Israel and they take it all over the world. So obviously they got to be in America too. So this is what they setting up: corporations, universities, healthcare systems. They're gonna be tied into everything like they already are now. But from a technical perspective, that's even better because now you got all the data. We know they love data. Okay. So this is a type of technology. This is the technology revolution that we missing out on. When I say we, I mean Black Americans. And I'm making a delineation there because out of the few minority people that are there, that people that look like us, most of them are not what you would call a Black American if you're going by lineage. You feel me? So this is the type of technology that they spending all this money for. AI, of course, is number one. Cybersecurity, defense technology, drones and autonomy. You know I like that. Medical technology, battery and energy, agriculture technology, and enterprise software. All right. So Iron Nation developed October 7th, after October 7, 2023. All right, we know what's up, as an effort focused on supporting Israel's technology sector and expanding opportunities for Israeli technology companies. Its managing partners describe most portfolio companies as building for defense, agriculture, and software. So I want you to hear what I'm saying and showing y'all right now. This is they focus that they come into America, setting up in these rural areas because we know data centers is the play, right? To be able to run these infrastructure, being close to data centers and integrated with them is very important. All right, so we're not watching the play properly, and we about to get played again. But the only hope is technology, and being in technology only require you to use your mind. It's one of the only fields where there is no barrier. Like nobody can stop you from learning a various form of technology and then knowing how to make money. Nobody can stop you from doing it. It's not, you don't have to go get a degree. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to get a license. You can just do it. It's free autonomy as long as you got the mindset to go learn it. So this is perfect for people who don't have other companies. Like think about it. Other countries couldn't compete with us in building and doing the things we could do in America because of the landmass. But all of these countries can compete when it comes to technology. They don't need the resources to learn this shit. So they taking full advantage. And we playing. So these folks playing for multiple generations ahead, and they own this now. Okay. So then we go here. Where did Indiana get the 15 million from? So they had a 21st century research and technology fund. This is the state vehicle for deploying public capital into technology and innovation. This is what this community does very well. They get their politicians into office on both sides, Democrat and Republican. Any money and things that are set aside, they know what it is. And they get involved with those sectors to be able to get government contracts, essentially, to fund part of their venture, because they still putting up 30 million. But that's why they're able to see when you have money, other places, aka governments, will give you an incentive to do business in their area because it's good for them. Because governments can't technically create businesses, but they can support and aid them because it's good for the community. Why? You're going to pay taxes. You're going to bring other taxpayers. That's the game. We know they love taxes, right? So these folks, this is where they got the bread from. They ain't have to siphon it or do nothing nefarious. They people are already in position to make this happen easily. So you have folks asking questions like, hey, did this bread come from that fund? And you goddamn right it is. It ain't no reason why they don't ask. That's cool to ask, but it ain't illegal. Shit, we need to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way for us to say, man, listen, whether this storm happened or not, see, this where we get caught up. We ain't nowhere near at a power position on this table, bro. They don't need to do no storms or take advantage of us in our community. They doing it right now. And we helping them do it. So what we really talking about? You feel me? The two ain't even gotta be connected. I don't think they were. They was planning to do this whether a storm happened or not. You know what I'm saying? But best believe folks is trying to eliminate us and wipe us out, but we at a disadvantaged position. And we got a lot of folks who are inflating the value that we really have in capitalism, because that's what they care about, right? So, hey, I'm just your homeboy with the news. You do what you will. But I hope that the folks in Gary, Indiana get everything straight. That's a crazy situation, right? So, hey, Matt say that he want to take it. He say, man, we're going to Americas. I said, okay. I had to get my understanding from him. You know, we do our exchange. He break it down for me. So I said, I bet. So that's where he going to take it today. I see him already in the back. Appreciate y'all. Oh yeah, shout out to my boy. Back for his mind. My boy Mac was just through out there in Savannah. Love Savannah. And then Israeli play heavy in the smart city. So exactly. And you got to be involved in technology to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So take heed to the game. Hey, but Bella Man's Quiet hit me. it's about time for them to do what they do. So we're going to let them rock out. Then we're going to get with Mac. And we're going to build. Appreciate y'all for being in the building. Like, if you haven't already, keep chopping it up with us in the chat, bro. We active. Appreciate every super chat, all the shares, new subscribers. If you're thinking about subscribing, stay to the end. You'll get a good feeling. You feel me? So we're going to let the Gutter Man Squad rock out, and then we'll be back, y'all.
Grandmama said the water holds secrets. Papers change, but the soul still speaks. Everybody loud now, nobody rooted. Whole generation hurting, acting like it's music. Gold chain shining, but the eyes look tired. Everybody online, but the spirit unplugged. Mama kept photos inside the old Bible. Faces half faded, stories gone silent. Somebody crossed oceans, somebody crossed swamps. Somebody got renamed, still the bloodline strong, yeah. Keep it easy, even when the world changed on me. Oh, keep it easy. River water run deep in me. Smoke in the air, choir in the distance. Old songs living inside my spirit. Hey. Keep it easy. Don't let them rename your soul. Keep it easy. Some things deeper than we told. Spanish moss hanging, heavy by the roadside. Church shoes tapping on the old wood floors. Women still humming songs without names. Now men still praying low behind closed doors. Maybe that's a Bible, maybe that's the proof. We forgot the story, but still carry the truth. Creole hands cooking straight from memory. Funny how the rhythm still live naturally. Hey, keep it easy, even when the world changed on me. Oh, keep it easy. River water run deep in me. Yeah. Smoke in the air, choir in the distance. Old songs living inside my spirit. Hey, keep it easy. Don't let them rename your soul. Keep it easy. Some things deeper than we told. The river still remember. Even if we don't pay, they changed the papers, couldn't kill the rhythm. Change the language, couldn't stop the feeling. I don't need permission to know who I am. I can feel the truth moving through the drum line. Every church clap, every back row, every old soul fishing by the tide flow. Maybe we ain't lost, maybe we just scattered pieces of a memory too strong to shatter. So I keep the candles lit, keep the choir strong, keep the old stories living inside my soul. Keep it geechee, Keep the real boy in you. Keep it PJ. Don't forget yourself.
They keep asking where we come from. They keep asking where we come from. Like home got somewhere else to be.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Yeah. Right through my old town, look what I still see. Names above the storefronts, names that look like me. Old church by the highway, graves behind the trees. They say we came from somewhere. This look like home to me. You learn one America, I learn one too. Maybe that's the reason mine don't look like yours do. America to me ain't America to you. You see red, white, and blue. I see what we've been through. America to me ain't the story that you knew. Same country, same flag, two completely different views. Same house, same county, same road we always knew. They called us something Monday, by Friday something new. Nobody moved the family, nobody moved the land. Funny how a name can change with one stroke of a hand. Before you tell me where my story starts, take another look around before you draw the map. America to me ain't America to you. You see red, white, and blue. I see what we've been through. America to me ain't the story that you knew. Same country, same flag, two completely different views. I don't need another homeland, I need to know this one. I'm not running from America, I'm learning where I'm from. Maybe home was never missing, maybe we just lost the view. Same place underneath our feet, just a different story told to you. Look again, look around. I've been here on this ground. Look again, look around. I've been here. Oh, America to me ain't America to you. You see red, white, and blue. I see what we've been through. America to me ain't the story that you knew. Same country, same flag, two completely different views. Don't tell me go back.
Back where?
Don't tell me find home.
It's here.
America to me ain't America to you.
Yeah. Tap in. Yeah. Go to Mass Choir. Go crazy. The biggest. Hey, let me see if Mac ready, man. My boy say, I wish GMC had a station on Pandora. My word, gotta love it. Big facts. That,
What you say? Can't hear me?
yeah,
Is we in the building?
we in there.
That's right. What up, Sunday service? What's up with y'all? How y'all doing? You heard? Hey, there you go. Keeping it geeky, you heard me? Yeah.
Keeping it geeky.
Yeah, keep it geeky, man. Keep it geeky. I had to keep it geeky. Yeah, y'all tap in, you heard me? What we doing? Shout out to all my kinfolk outside. How y'all doing out there? Whatever state to state, you heard me? Veronica, you heard me? It's your boy G Mac. Yeah, Mac ate the, you know what I mean, to eat this right. What up? I'm on an attack today. It's been a couple weeks too, y'all. Ooh.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. It's been a couple weeks, you know what I mean? We've been on the road for real though. But you know, the harsh reality is live life autonomously, right? You know what I'm saying? Do the best you can do. All my kinfolk outside, you heard me? Tap in with us. But shout out to the party though. All my kinfolk outside. What we doing? You know what I mean? What we doing this Sunday? Two Americas. Hey, listen, GMC. See, every time we take a break, y'all already know what happened, Monte. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
This, hey,
hits.
You know what I mean? hey, you know what I'm talking about? Hey, listen here. Hey, I gotta give credit though for this day. It's a crazy day. Somebody told me I should play the lottery. You know what I'm talking about? I've been married 23 years today. You heard me?
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to you and Nancy, bro. Yeah.
23 years, you know what I'm talking about? But I couldn't, let's see, in 23 years, some people are like, damn, Matt, you here though? Yeah, I'm here with y'all. The party, you heard? I spent my day, I'm gonna go back, have dinner, and then I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You heard me? 23 years in, you know what I'm talking about? But yeah, shout out to my wife. You heard me? Love her very much. At the same time, my mama was born on this day. You heard me? Yeah, so I got married on my mama's birthday. It's a wild story. It's a movie action. I ain't gonna tell y'all about it right now. You know what I'm talking about? But 23 years ago, Mac ain't the Mac you're talking to right now. You heard me? Evolution, man.
Yeah, growth and understanding. Yeah, facts.
And I came a long way. You know what I'm talking about? Autonomously. Where I'm at now today. You know what I'm talking about? Here with y'all, my kinfolk. For wherever you might be located at, tapped in with us tonight. You heard me? But yeah, Monte. You said about, you know, what you said about them people, right? You know what I mean? Them folk, right? They ain't our folk, but them people, the issue, you know what I'm saying? Israel, all that stuff, right? I ain't scared to say if y'all thought I was.
Nah, this shit, that's what they call themselves on the paper. Shit.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? I mean, but at the same time, the influence and the certain things they have had in the part that they play, you know what I'm talking about, in America. I mean, like how we about to talk about two sides of it. They play a part. They might be in the middle, like Rome was in the middle of certain shit back then. You know what I'm talking about? But for some reason, these people were in the thick of a lot of things that's like, it's not talked about. You know what I mean? Somebody in the chat was like, we need to cover this, you know what I mean? And King Lee, I think it was. Shout out to King Lee, by the way. You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate your support. You heard me? For tapping in. You know what I'm saying? But I think you said something earlier outside of that. Before we got on live. I'm here with y'all now. You heard me? And it's yeah, you're right, man. We need to cover it. And actually, me and Monte were talking about that just yesterday, ain't it, Monte? No lie.
Yeah, facts.
We were literally just talking about, like, look, man, look, we're gonna give y'all the 5, just let y'all highlight, we're gonna give you this fall season, we're gonna give you the 5 civilized. We got a series coming y'all way for that. And obviously we're gonna cover this this you know, Jew, Yahudi. You heard me? Yeah. We're gonna cover it from Yasha. We're gonna cover it all the way up. We give y'all clips, but now we ready. Shout out to Lee Cummins and other people we've had on the show. Shout out to Nine Ether, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we've had on the show, and this to Kumse, you heard me? Like people that's been on our platform to get to where we at, as y'all know. If y'all see all the, you know, content we got over the years of doing this Sunday joint, you heard me? So at the end of the day, we gonna give you a series though to kind of like refine some things, you know what I'm saying, and show how it is impacting today. You know what I'm talking about? Like from our perspective, like, our part of America. You know what I'm talking about? You know, Farrakhan said, I'm gonna segue right here after I say Farrakhan, right? Shout out to Farrakhan though. You know what I'm saying? I think his wife just passed. Peace to him and his family and everything, you know. So there's no punt at him or anything. But at this point, you know what I mean, just he talked about he has a book that's tied to just off of, you know, academia and what we talk about on our platform. And he's living, you know what I'm saying, right now. And he talked about the secret relationship between blacks and Jews. You see what I'm saying? And it's like interesting. Like how we talk about black Europeans, we talk about indigenous people, we talk about Moorish, all the things tied to our part of America, the people they call black, within colored. You know what I'm talking about? Colored. I'm gonna say colored. No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say colored. I mean, but at the same time, you know, we all got different tans of brown, I would like to say. But however the case, what we're getting into is that our people need to realize that we have a relationship with this, and we're not really highlighting it where it's supposed to be. Really, you know what I'm talking about? So I'm gonna keep it like that because I can go into it right now. And I don't want to do it yet. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep my mind on to what we're doing tonight. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? What I want to get with y'all. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You see the chat? Yeah. And y'all see what I'm talking about? It's some things that's like, it's a relationship, but it's also lineage, huh? In some people's cases who are be labeled black today in America, huh? Ain't that something? Or is that recent? Or is that something that's going back to a time? Like, well, ooh, that family tree. Y'all, we were just talking about genealogy, right? Them surnames some of y'all people got that's on your tree, and you want to have, how they hanging off the tree? How did we get that surname? Somebody married somebody. You know what I'm talking about? Like this genealogy, right? Now you got to look into not just the genealogy, but now outside of what the system is. Cause heard somebody mention genealogy. Shout out to my kinfolk. We got genealogy coming for y'all. And it don't matter what you're looking for, right? But at the same time, them surnames play a part in genealogy. You know what I'm saying? How do you get them surnames? Some of y'all got different surnames than other people. Not the popular ones that say black people have, right? However the case. How'd you get it? What marriage with another family name, surname, came together to bond, to have an ancestor tied to your family tree? You know what I'm talking about? You got to think about this, relationships and different things. Everybody ain't got the same storyline until they get married to each other, and then that's part of your story, ain't it?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because your mama's side might have been doing this, and your father's side could have been doing that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had that. Y'all should understand that from right now, current day time. You know what I'm saying? So everybody lifestyle and different things going on. So, and guess what? Some of their children on both sides ain't seeing the same things, ain't it? But they related through this genealogy of man and woman coming together, right? You heard me? And it's sacred matrimony and all that good stuff right there. Malcolm, man, said something about what you said earlier. I want to play the clip real quick. Because before we go into the thick of it, you know what I mean? Everybody, you know, tap in. You know what I mean? That's now that I'm here. You heard me?
You ready for it?
There go. Let's get to it.
All right.
Saw the ability to unify with people that were very different than him. When he was still a black nationalist, there was a speech where the American Party showed up, and they agreed with a lot of what he said because Malcolm X was also calling out Jewish power. And so he said, okay, the American Party, they don't want Jewish power.
It gotta be. Well, I can hear it, but I don't know. Let's see what the chat say. Y'all chat, let me know if y'all can hear that video or not. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all can hear that video playing. Let me see what Mac. Yeah, he can hear it. All right, hold on. Let me see what Mac at. You got me?
Yeah, I hear you. I know sometimes you clipping out because of the Wi-Fi or whatever. So
yeah, so they can hear it though.
So y'all can hear it?
I'm finna start. Yeah, they said they can hear it. I'm finna start it back.
All right, go ahead.
Malcolm X saw the ability to unify with people that were very different than him. When he was still a black nationalist, there was a speech where the American Party showed up, and they agreed with a lot of what he said because Malcolm X was also calling out Jewish power. And so he said, okay, the American Party, they don't want Jewish power in America. They were able to put their differences aside and
Pause.
In these race riots, and I think when the people find out that the Jews are behind it and have financed it, I think the people are going to understand why the Jews don't like me.
How are you going to expose it? What specifically?
Would you like the world to go to war, sir? I don't want the world to go to war. I want to stop the riots. I want to stop the exploitation of black people by the Jews for the purpose of destroying the American Constitutional Republic.
I've been trying to do this for years. You've seen this, Jake. Yeah. I've platformed these people. I've created their careers. I looked away and I was very, connected and involved and streaming with the white nationalist movement because I saw there was a common goal to get rid of Israel's control of our country. We agree on that. Muslims are on the same page. But recently we see that the white nationalist movement has been swooped up by Peter Thiel. They're prioritizing looks maxing. A lot of them seem to have taken the deal that Charlie Kirk rejected. It's got really weird. And so this movement now does not pose a threat.
All right.
Crazy work, right? Malcolm time frame, right? Martin Luther King, civil rights era, right? Kennedy, right? You know what I'm talking about? America. Yeah. It's two sides of America, you see. It's two sides of America. And even with the two sides of America at that time in the civil rights era of Malcolm X era, all that era right now, right? It's two sides. See, that's why that two-side conversation we having tonight, y'all. And everything in it is duality here of how people can look at it from sides of view. And then also look at the relationship that a certain group of people have with you. You know what I'm talking about? And what makes you different, maybe because of that part right there, that relationship that a part of you maybe have with somebody else. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Because all indigenous people ain't mess with the French, right? All indigenous people ain't mess with the Spanish. All indigenous people ain't mess with. So what relationships was being built, you know what I'm saying, in America, dealing with all these different things that make a bond ship come together. You know what I'm talking about? Right. Trade, and, you know what I mean? Land involved, all that, I wonder if we just got to talking about John Wesley and them and all that time frame of Carolinas and Virginia. I mean, Virginia was, right? We was talking about the state of Virginia and that marriage, that the Pocahontas, right? They gave the daughter, but they came back and took the daughter. Remember when we talked about that? Okay. So, and things are being given, exchanges are being done. You know what I'm talking about, on the land to make things happen. And everybody ain't doing the same because today, 21st century, you like to retroactively say, oh, I'm an Indian or I'm African or I'm this and that because of the categories that's been placed on us by a system today. You know what I mean? A system today that necessarily ain't reflecting the true history of the people of America. That's why there's always two sides to it. The imperial side and what your side is on the tree. Because you just a known person living on the land. You know what I'm talking about? You native to the area you from. You don't know no better. You know what I'm talking about? From being from where you at. And when you was in the category they placed you in, maybe until you got into the party or whatever conscious situation led you to ask questions outside of what you've been called. You heard me? So just to be non-biased about it. You heard me? So I thought that right there, though, is funny because that relationship between Malcolm and what he's saying and what the other folk were like, we ain't the same, right? We ain't the same. But guess what? Yeah, we don't know. Them people right there, we be doing something, and we don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of stuff surrounding that. And it's like, historically, just, because we got all the content now, sources, to go into the content about these topics. I felt like, the party, we ain't dodging no smoke. Some people think because we brought Lee Cummings on, the only way we can actually talk about it is if we brought him on or something. Like, we can't, what I'm talking about, give you that work. You heard me? Just let y'all know. You know what I'm talking about out there? You know how we cover all ground at the party. You know what I'm talking about? All ground. Worldly, American history. We love American history. Well, we can get it in. Let y'all know. You know what I'm talking about? Thousands of time, like you said earlier, Monte.
Facts, right?
Well, that we have spent into this platform right here. You know what I'm talking about? So, and we appreciate everybody that supported us. That's why we keep doing it because, we finding new things and adding into the picture so we can make it clearer. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, exactly. Walter play a role in a certain time frame, a certain area like Virginia. You know what I'm talking about? So, but guess what? Walter Plunkett ain't in Mexico.
Right.
And he not in Philadelphia. You know what I'm talking about? So we can't say that the same indigenous people that got reclassified were going through the same thing them people up there in that area going through. Or if they even the same exact, have the same origin story, funny enough.
Yeah.
If we're gonna respect their tribal backgrounds and you know what I mean, nations of what they say they, you know what I mean? It's not we try to broad stroke it. But your family, and today, that's why the categories be in today is funny enough because shit, you might have Choctaw, that person might have Muskogee, the other person might have some Iroquois, the other person might have, you know what I'm saying? And everybody on the family tree, you know, you're like, I got indigenous, but it don't mean it's mine. You know what I'm talking about? That's in my family tree, because, you know what I'm saying? And just like, European as well. You might have some Scottish, some British, some French, whatever. And guess what? That don't mean I got the same combination as you. You know what I'm talking about? Genealogy-wise, right? Them surnames tell you something, too. That's why we talking about it like this. But yeah, that's about the two sides of America. And that's the duality of the conversation. I know some people like go like this. They call it something else nowadays, but I call it duality. I mean, the balancing of it. So we go into the next clip, though. I think I put number 2. I want to just
I got it.
What you said earlier, I didn't know. See, I let y'all know. I didn't know he was going to even go into that like that. See, you know what I mean? In that detail.
Yep.
But
facts.
Hey, I felt it fit right to America. So,
all right, I'm finna run it. You ready?
Let's run. If I get cut off, just run it and I'll come back.
Yeah.
What you saying? What's with the gear, Eddie? Hey, I'm reclaiming my motherfucking roots. Yeah, America was ours before y'all came and stole it. Check. Yeah. Anyway, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Hey, I always like Eddie Griffin, bro.
Eddie's.
You know what I'm saying? I had never seen this.
You never seen that?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna do a video on this for the Facebook.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
When I seen this, I was like, this funny as heck right here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Because I can only imagine in the comments they trying to go crazy on him, man. Yeah, we got to slide for Eddie.
Hey, shit, man. And they stole it. He sound like Dave Chappelle, man.
Hey, I love that, bro. Use that clip over and over again. Got to say that because, bro, it's time. But I just got a genius idea. We're gonna talk behind the scenes. It literally just hit me while we was doing this. But this, I love this, bro. It's time. All y'all need to be loud and proud. Even if you just a comment warrior, boy, you need to tell these folks the truth. It's time for the truth. Hey, we the last generation that can do it, man. If we don't do it, it's over.
Hey, man, you know, I think that's why we on this trail, right, to America. See, and I think it's almost like it's like we introducing a series of us being able to go over ancient information. You know what I'm saying? The conversation about pre-colonial times in America. You know what I'm saying? People that came prior to Columbus. You know what I'm saying? All those stories that and things that we have documented that are tied to the storylines that maybe not made it into the mainstream storyline. You know what I'm talking about? That's why it's two sides of America within these conversations, because we know that they ain't telling the whole thing, you know what I'm saying, in the first place. But even within amongst our communities that talk about these type of topics, you know what I mean, and especially ancient America. Because I've already told y'all, I'm not on the side of Egypt and the Nile thing. And I'm gonna go into that right now, actually. You know what I mean? I don't, ancient America, dark-skinned people, you know what I'm talking about? People being called Negroes because they dark-skinned that were indigenous, aboriginal people to the land, got that, cool, you heard me? But Egypt being here, nah, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't subscribe. We can go to the next thing, though. What y'all think in the chat, though? Let me know what's popping, you know what I'm saying?
Bro was saying, talking about, did they connect to the food and the music as far as Black Europeans and American Indians, because there had to be something that they connected on.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, they had a lot to connect on if you think about trade and
trade
and you know.
I think trade is what started it all. I think religion. Listen, this is what I personally think. I think on the European benefit, they had to figure out a way to serve some type of purpose and be here with the indigenous, because the indigenous people don't need them, but the Black Europeans need to be here. So they're going to be coming.
Whoever, them motherfuckers need to be here. And
European, period. Any foreigner, know they have to get into good graces. Some idiots. They're going to be all, but it got to be some that got to be on your side, bro.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Trade.
the only two things they can offer is they religion relating to humanity,
trade,
and then possible trade. Because trade ain't even always gonna be the first thing. Think about it. Trade for what? What does that mean to them? They don't need more food. They got plenty of food.
Maybe
They don't need gold. They got gold.
It could be the attraction, since they call it the new world, because the folk over here definitely weren't dressing like Europeans. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? And trade, I would just say trade. You know what I mean? That is, people today black folk today like to buy European clothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's something with we was rocking. It just is what it is. They mesh well. You feel me? Because majority of these folks, they indigenous people from where they from black Jews and everything. They come over here and they're like, man, them boys, they play over there in America. I like them boys. Next thing you know, shit, here we are.
Yeah, that part. But anybody know it? See our people, some Mississippi River, 70 miles. You heard me up. I'm not. Again, I'm telling y'all, it's not. I'm not going with the now part. I'm cool with ancient America and us having. Y'all folk know what it is. People call Negro, dark skin, Aboriginal, and you have ancestry tied to it. We go get into certain things like that too coming up soon with the series we told y'all. You know what I mean? But at the same time, yeah, two. You know what I mean? It's duality here. We're gonna have a conversation about these race things. You know what I mean? I got some documentation I want to show y'all. You heard me? Go into the next joint though, real quick, since we just show Eddie. You know what I mean? Rocking the feathers.
Hold on one second.
I'm trying to see, we can get Eddie to go in a little more deeper. What do you think about that right there, though?
This minute again, we need to do a show, man. Eddie wasn't, we can reach out to him and see, because it's time for the people that know to get to the forefront, not the folk who just tiptoeing. They really scared to say what it really is.
That part. Hey man, listen, man. Again, that's why we having this conversation tonight. I'm gonna show y'all some shit. So, play the next joint, whatever's next. I think I gave it to you in the lineup.
Yeah, I got it.
So I want to break it up from videos and shit like that. You know what I mean? Before we get into the thick of the book and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So Ethan, you know what I mean? If y'all don't know, this is my word. I like to always give words. I ain't been in a couple weeks, so I want to give y'all a word. You know what I'm talking about? So the ethnic, we hear people talking about ethnic things all the time on different platforms, Twitter, X, you know what I mean? I said the same thing. But Facebook, everything. Obviously Clubhouse, you know what I mean? Ethnic conversation though. Ethan, you heard me? Peace to everybody live. Just tap it in with us right now though. Peace to y'all. You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
Is the name used to identify a specific ethnic group, nation, tribe? See, I said it backwards. Ethnic group, tribe, nation, or people. It comes from the Greek word ethnos, meaning nation or people. You know what I'm saying? Now, funny enough, that's the Greek way. Wait, so you hear me say like folk? You heard me? Like when we say Estelusti, and Estelusti would tell you even within the definition of Estelusti would be like kind of tied to like an ethnic identity of people, right? And how they're being described in America, right? And within the ethnonym of that, they use the word folk. And folk is an English name that kind of coexists with this Greek identification of a people, Pacific. It says specific for a reason, like not the ocean, you know what I'm talking about? But it's nation of people, you heard me? You know what I'm saying? Monopoly type shit. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's what you see it there. You see it there. All right. Okay, we all there. We're on the same page. So when we go into the other things, I want it to stand out in your mind to understand, like when we always talk about here on this platform, the Autonomous Party, the ethnogenesis. You know what I'm saying? We know through the process of things that we even, in your own research about your own family. That's why I don't tell anybody what they got. You know what I mean? Hold on real quick though. That's we ain't telling you who you is, but besides the category we know we've been called. But besides that though, nationality wise, I'm an American, right? Because my specific nation that I'm in is United States of America, right? So that's nationality. You know what I'm saying? Now within the nationality, what happened now? You out of there? Y'all let me know if y'all hear me out there though, just in case. Y'all tapped in? Y'all hear me? Monte. Yo. I'm good. Okay, so Monte, you don't hear me though? We live now. I mean, I can go out and come back in if you want me to, cause I. Yeah, I ain't hearing you though. I'll be real with you. Hold on.
Damn, nah. My bad. Y'all know how I go. We live. He'll be back. Appreciate everybody in the chat. It was me that time. My headphones was tripping the connection. What we got in the chat? Am I back now though? Can y'all see me? We back live. Mike. Y'all let me know what it is. Let me know what we look. Can't hear me? All right, hold on. Oh, you say good? Matt, you can hear me?
You hear me now though?
I can hear you. You can hear me?
All right, I hear you. We good. Good.
Okay. All right. I think we all good. I think we back.
All right. I didn't hear it. Damn. We talking Ether. It hits the way, right?
You know how it go.
Ether. I showed you. I hope y'all heard that. And I saw, but y'all also heard what I said, right? Before I was trying to figure out what was going on with Monte. You hear me? Y'all good out there though? And we make sure.
I think they would have heard everything you were saying. It was just me because my headphone had disconnected. So that's why I couldn't hear it. And then the internet shit happened after.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna keep it moving then. I'm saying, hey, I got to what is live though. I'm gonna make sure I get you everything though. It's all good. We help. Margaritas and Reaper, take your time.
Yep. We ain't in no rush. You say you're a little choppy. You can still hear me though?
I'm choppy.
Yeah.
Yo?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm good then. I mean, as long as y'all out there make a show, you can go to the next point after that. I mean, good.
That was the video, right?
Yeah. We get into it. Now I'm ready to go into, you know what I mean? Some things.
I'm finna break it up now. Take this one. All right, here you go.
There's a theory that where Egypt is now, with its history of pharaohs and things, is not real. And the real Egypt is actually the Grand Canyon. Yeah. Apparently there's caves. Apparently there's caves with drawings and things on the walls that like support this theory.
Okay, but there was also different pyramids and stuff like.
I know, and the reason in Egypt is because of all the.
You can or can't. Yeah, let me know. Oh, okay, I bet. Because Matt dropped too. He normally can't hear. But I'm finna let it rock.
Religious stuff, and that's why it's like based there and what we know now. But apparently.
This sounds like some real propaganda.
All these pharaohs and things, they straight out of Arizona.
See, I want to see. I gotta see.
So we're
some
all
proof
Egyptian?
here. I gotta see some.
Straight from the Egyptian pharaohs.
Hell yeah.
Do you guys remember that old cartoon movie that was in theaters? It was like about Egypt and the Moses story, the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
What was that movie called? It was
That
it was
The
a
Prince of Egypt or something?
Yeah,
I think
Prince of
that's
Egypt.
Did you know that?
Prince of Egypt. Matt.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you see, y'all hear me right there, right now. Y'all hear me? Y'all heard that? Y'all heard me? Y'all hear that? Look at here.
Yeah, it just a little choppy, but we can hear you.
Man, hold on. Is it? I don't know. Hold on.
It seemed Wi-Fi related.
Yeah, man, I got all bars too. I don't know what to say. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it you know how shit just come out of nowhere sometimes. Even mine, I'm hardwired in, and it's just part of streaming.
Yeah, hey, well, they're gonna have to deal with this tonight. Shout out to the party. I have patience. Patience is a virtue. You heard me? You hear me though right now, right? You not?
Oh yeah, now you sound great.
Okay, all right. So sometimes I come back in. I don't, like you said, the Wi-Fi broke up, whatever the case might be. Now, but y'all heard that Grand Canyon thing though, didn't y'all? Out there.
Yeah, it played clear.
Okay, so now for everybody in the conscious community that says these things, right? Egypt, Grand Canyon, these two places. I want y'all to think for a second.
Mm-hmm.
The place called Egypt, that's a Greek term, right? We all correct on that? We understand that? You know that when we say Egypt, that's Greek, right? Okay. Yep. If you didn't know, now you know, right? So now the Grand Canyon, in the time frame of when even the people who spoke Greek and was using the term Egypt to describe a place that wasn't called Egypt by the indigenous people of it, that they're talking about with the pyramids and all that right there, then guess what? Do you think that them people were calling the place in North America the Grand Canyon? Do you think there was a place called the Grand Canyon in the time frame of what they talking about Egypt as far as a place name?
Yeah.
Meaning Grand Canyon. Do we know the origins of the Grand Canyon? And when the name came about, for you to even say that Egypt, that before these people say Europeans came, they come over here in 1492, that there was people here in America that universally called that place tied to this Nile River ideology. Egypt was in Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon. That's what you got. Come on now. I'm asking. Make sure we're on the same page tonight here. Because you can't even put the two together.
Yeah.
You can't put the two together. And if you thought you could put the two together, I'm going to make sure you understand tonight. Because Monte, I can't hear you right now, but you hear me, right?
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can't hear you. And make sure
I can hear you.
Y'all outside hear me real quick because I don't want to lose my thought here. We good?
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to read this and I'm going to come back in. I don't know what's happening right now with our joint, but y'all out there hear me though. So let's slide. All right, so before it was called the Grand Canyon, there was no single universal name for it. Different indigenous nations had their own names and traditions for the canyon, long before Europeans arrived. National Park Services would be the reference and notes that I'm going to service y'all with tonight. And it's obviously it's giving me saying that the people that lived in around the canyon for roughly 12,000 years, and some of the earliest place names have been lost while others survive through tribal oral traditions. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So one especially important surviving name is the Hopi name, the ONGTUPQA. That's one of the names for the Grand Canyon, for that group of people that called it that. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? We got other names too as well, but I'll give y'all a little backdrop here. So when the Europeans got here, right? It says in 1540, the Hopi guides lead Garcia Lopez de Carnedes and Spanish soldiers to the canyon. They were probably the first Europeans to see it, but indigenous people had known and inhabited the region for generations. So if you're asking, What was the Grand Canyon called before Europeans named it? One of the documented terms is what we can call, what the Hopi gave it. And there's other names as well, funny enough, too. But I'm just putting that out there. So the Grand Canyon don't get its name until what time frame, you think? That it became like foundational, that we would call it the Grand Canyon today, generally speaking, for that canyon peaks and bounds region. You hear me? So I'm going to go back out and come back in, Monte. You know what I mean? Let me know if you heard everything good. What's going on? Hold on.
Yeah, so he came through clear. I could tell by the chat what's going on, that y'all hearing and understanding. And it's just one of them things that we haven't shown enough interest into American history, so we can detail and debunk a lot of these things that folks be saying, right? And then obviously mastering American history, then being able to now understand everything that came before it, so-called before, through history, right? The people that came here later. So get that full duality. Yep. Tap in. You can hear me?
Yeah, we good.
All right.
Whatever it may be, we're going to work through it. However the case. Yep. Y'all heard all that, though.
It came through clear. Crystal clear. Yeah, it sounded real good. Yeah.
All right, make sure. So when I gave you that, so now I want you to hear your feedback and everybody in the chat, what y'all think in the chat. You know what I'm saying? What I just gave you. Because I'm going to give you a little more. We're going to slide on. You heard me? Oh, there he. Who you on it right now? Yeah, you in the chat. You on it?
That's our buddy from Canada, bro.
Yeah,
he be tapped in.
Yeah, he tapped in. Because I get ready to just say that. I had to go out and come back in, like, make sure y'all got that part. Hold on. Wait, right now. Hold on. Wait. Wait a minute now. For everybody that wants to go with this Egypt and Grand Canyon thing, this is why it's not going to be a thing after what I'm giving y'all tonight. It's not going to be no more. You can't even use those words together no more. You heard me? It's not a conscious conversation no more if you use those two words together. Nothing conscious about it. You heard me? Yep. Now look, the name Grand Canyon became established in the 19th century, y'all. You heard me? You heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll make sure now.
Yeah.
Particularly through the expeditions and writings of what he just put there. John Wesley Powell. That's right. 1869, y'all. You heard me? The Civil War time frame is when the Grand Canyon gets its name.
Imagine that. Yeah, because they need to reconstruct some shit. They called it that for a reason.
You heard me?
They ain't say the construction. It's the reconstruction.
Reconstruction period. You heard me? 1869. Now look. Powell himself later wrote that he had decided to call it the Grand Canyon, replacing the earlier term Big Canyon. But in the 1870s, the Big Canyon, Grand Canyon was increasingly appearing in government reports and maps, and it became the standard American geographical name. So anybody, I'm talking about, if anybody comes at us with some, we don't even want to have a conversation, which I don't even want to have it. I'm sorry, we killing that. Give me another name, then give me another indigenous name tied to a nation over here, and then give me something outside of using the Egyptian Greek term. Give me the Commission and give me that. Give something else. Give me something else though. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. That's pseudo this and pseudo that. You know what I'm talking about? I'm back. I told y'all we'll be back. See, I ain't gonna let y'all get that slide. Y'all be trying to slide it in. I see y'all the Nile Valley thing. Y'all so fascinated with the Egyptian situation, ain't it though? Why not Commission situation? Why don't you say talk about the Sudan and the little pyramids in that area? You know? As a matter of fact, why are we even saying pyramids being that's a Greek term too? Two sides of America. So when you say there's pyramids in America, did the indigenous people call it pyramids? You see what I'm talking about? Like we gotta think about how we're using the terms. You heard me? Tied to, you say you got ancestry tied to this ancient land, right? Two sides of America. You say you got, so why are you using retroactive terms that you got from the colonizational situation of Europeans who were influenced and came over to America based off of their Greek teachings?
Yeah.
Why are you using these terms like that? He's so black, ain't it? Come on now. Huh? When did the Greek influence take over Africa, huh? Some of y'all might want to ask that question. Since y'all call yourselves that, within the pan
I
ideology.
offer them
A lot of
something.
Greek stuff, ain't it though?
The HBCU college is where it came through.
Talented 10.
Because they became the teachers, right? They the ones that became the other professors and the high school teachers now to go and with this new African American Studies program and and it's all backed by the Greek affiliated organizations. They was the first teachers of this shit.
Right. No. Somebody said they ain't hear what I just read. I was chopping up.
Yeah, seen that.
All right, so I'm gonna say it one more time. Y'all hear me now?
Cause say it was pretty fire, bro. I mean, they need to make sure they hear that. As far as on my end, I can hear you. You know, sometimes they chop on the because we streaming. It's what it is. But we got time.
It's all good.
We got time.
I'm gonna say it one more time for you out there, Shadow.
All
You heard me? Check this out though. It say 1869 would be the date tied to John. Go back and give it to you one more time. Hold on. John Wesley Powell, who did an expedition and went into the Grand Canyon area and gave it its name. Before that, it was called the Big Canyon. It's a 19th century situation. It's what you call black folk, people being called colored around this time frame, going into the 1869 time frame. You know what I'm talking about? Your people were here prior to 1776, and your people were here prior to 1600s. Oh, if you came from somewhere else or you indigenous, guess what, man? You didn't call it the Grand Canyon. That's what I'm trying to point out. Oh, yeah, that's right. We've been indoctrinated, bitch. Just admit it. It's all good. Keep it geeky.
It's just the truth. We couldn't do nothing about this at our age. Way set up.
I mean, keep it geeky. It's all good. Like, hey, look, I didn't know this until sometimes I had to think about it. I'm like, hold on, pondered on this right now.
Right.
All these indigenous nations in America, they were calling it the Grand Canyon. So when people try to say,
what they had to go out there for? A lot of folks that's in the Midwest and the South, what they gonna go to the Grand Canyon for and care about that?
See, I'm just trying to put some common sense to this. You heard me? I'm just trying to think about what you're saying. You heard me when you say it. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to repeat things. You heard me? Repeat this then. And I'm talking about with the question. When was the canyon given the name? You know what I'm talking about? And where were your people at? You got ancestry in your genealogy that predate 1869 in North America, y'all. You heard me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It wasn't even called the canyon when you say some of y'all say y'all were slaves. It wasn't called the canyon then. So however they want to go into that, I'm done with that. That's my whole thing. But I don't want to hear nothing about no Egyptian Grand Canyon, nothing. You heard me? Get out of there. All right, next thing. We can slide. What's the next joint? You know what I'm saying?
I think it was
Two
the Race
Sides
of
of America.
Men. Was it the book? That's what you were trying to do, bro?
Yeah. We go into the book. Two Sides of America. But I got another book though. But I don't want to see nothing. But hey, I don't want to see none of that other stuff though. You heard me, y'all? We got to go deeper. If we're gonna dig in the box, crates and stuff for these documents and be able to know, peer review who the person who wrote the book and or who gave it certain names. You just be going with names and not knowing who gave you the name.
Max them folks out. Let's see. There you go. He got it that time. Shadow light work. Hey, they number some light work.
That part, you heard me? Tap in, you heard me?
You can see the book, bro.
Yeah, I see the book. Y'all out there, y'all see the book?
Yeah.
Two Sides of America. The Races of Men, you heard me?
Shout out to everybody in the chat, bro.
Yeah, for sure. You tapped in with us. Now remember, the Races of Men.
I dropped. I'm back.
Okay, you hear me? Mic check?
Yeah, I'm back. That was me.
All right. Now, the Races of Men joint, right? This book. Slide down so they can get, you know what I mean? Because, that's why I wanted them to see the book. You hear me? I ain't even trying to, you know what I mean? I'm showing you the book. You hear me? I want you to see the person's name that wrote the book. Yeah, keep sliding. I'll give them a little background on it before we go in on it. You heard me?
Want to make sure they see this. Right, start off the dump. History of the Saxon or Scandinavian race.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, look, right there. Oh, yeah, stop. Hold on. Right there. Where it say? The history of Celtic race. You see that right there?
Right. Yep, right here.
See, what is it right above it though?
7. It's 7. The dark races of men.
Oh, okay. And it says what after that? Who are the Germans? Ain't it?
Yeah, the Slavonian race.
Right. He delineating, isn't it? Within these
Wow,
races.
what?
Look above it. Go up even where it says of the Coptic, Jewish, or Phoenician races. See how he's doing this? You know what I mean? Like that's why I wanted to present this and to talk America, by the way, because he's talking about America with this tip here for me, and there's other things tied to it too. But I want to make sure I gave it to you this way, like you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about? You heard me? Yeah, okay. All right, we all see what we talking about now. All right, now so throw this in the chat.
Where you want me to go with it? Oh yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Oh damn, I'm gonna have to because this is a downloaded version already.
Yeah, you right.
I'm gonna get the link. I'm gonna put it in here before it's over though. I might
give him the other one where it says good reads. I sent that to you first, remember?
Hold on one second.
You ain't gotta do it right now.
Here go right here.
I know I sent both, you know what I'm talking about? But I wanted this one to this was more clearer. I knew we could look at it the same way, you heard me?
Yeah, if they go to that link, you can download it as a PDF book. So I put it in the chat.
All right,
where you want me to go on this?
Yeah, now you know what I think there was I think I sent you a video tied to this right here. So I can get to a certain page. You know what I'm talking about? But then this book, so everybody got the book. We can all be on the same page about this, what I want to point to.
I think I downloaded it. Hold on real quick. Damn. Here you go right here.
Yeah. If I go out, I'll come back in. So I'll just play.
Yep. All right, I'm bringing it up now.
But it is in America. What? What about America? But it is in America, the last discovered by the civilized European, where we find the stronghold of the colored race. The stronghold of the colored race. The stronghold of the colored race. You see that? Who they call colored, free colored, colored only, colored people. That's you, right? America is the stronghold of the colored race. And we talk about the whole world. Listen to what it's about to say. From the land of fire that's all the way down in Argentina and Patagonia to the icebound polar sea, all the way to the top. All the way to the top, from every tip of America. Nature had darkened every race unmistakably. Nor had the Eskimo or the circumpolar races escaped coloration. Okay? Everywhere in America, they're telling you people were of color or a colored race. They were people, melanated people. Even the Eskimo, the original so-called Eskimo, that's what I've been trying to tell you. Yeah, a lot of ethnic cleansing has happened, yeah, all around the world to a lot of people. So nobody's saying they're the same people as you, but what I'm saying is these people were a dark race before.
You there?
Race was from pole to pole. Like their brethren in Asia, just like in Asia. Just like in Asia, inhabiting the same zone. Though far removed from tropical heats, they also are deeply colored. A dark race, man, just like in Asia, man. With the indelible Osios, you know, all these people are dark race, deeply colored Americas and Asia with the indelible Osios and other structural characteristics of the colored races of men, with all the features, phenotypes, Okay? Come on now, you guys seeing this? A dark race with the indelible Osios and other structural characteristics of the colored races of men.
Hey.
So
Shout out Caramel.
Shout out to Cody. You know, he's been on here with us a couple times. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we know anciently he covered these topics, like, you know what I mean, like how we do. And again, this book right here, just like another book that I wanted to. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna do a series of this, so I'm not gonna do all of it one time. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to get. I'm trying to always cover some race part of it, the ancient time frame, colored folk, and then give you the later on and what we're dealing with, like how I just broke down how the Grand Canyon time frame and these terms start becoming more universal, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But for color folk was there then. There's like there was color folk there then. You hear me? Like how then and then, yeah, that part, ancient future. However, Kermail hype. Oh yeah, he be hyped on it. Okay, yeah, he be hyped. He love this information. You hear me?
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he diligent.
Oh, yo, I see somebody wants to bring him back on again. We might be around about that though. You never know. You hear me?
Yeah, it'd be a good combo.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a big, hey, listen, y'all who watched that, y'all go back and watch it because, you know, I thought it was good, but, you know, Kudumeyo is definitely anciently different from, and that's why when we go into they're different, even though I think respectively, they, out of respect for how we all brought it together, right? The party of things. But that wasn't an average conversation that usually would happen. Just put it like that. You heard me?
Right.
We ain't biased here though. We knew the people wanted to see it. You know what I'm talking about? So we made it happen.
Correct.
You know what I'm talking about? But I mean, I'm saying I'm a balance between both of them and the conversations I had to be able to make it go like this. So we can so I'm gonna see what happens though. Could he sent me something the other day? Actually, shout out to him. You know what I mean?
Shout out to him.
You know what I mean? He and Lee, obviously, y'all know what it is with Lee. My dog, he cool with me. You heard me? So, and we don't all have to agree. And I think we should be like that on this type of topics because it's not going to change what we're dealing with right now autonomously, right? But when it comes to that part of it and what we want, you know, we trying to get clearer picture of races of men and all that right there. I'm on page with having the conversations. What we hear now. You heard me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we know people really, they're always talking about this. You know what I'm saying? So this is my take on it right here and what we've come across to where we are updating. So now you can pull up my PowerPoint. I see I got a PowerPoint, y'all. You heard me? I got a PowerPoint for this bad boy. I'm talking about. Now, you see, the Grand Canyon was talked about right around 1869, it said, right? It was called the Big Canyon before that, right?
Big Canyon.
The Big Canyon, you know what I'm talking about? Big canyons, you heard me? Now, but Robert Knox, when he's writing this, it's around 1850. See, make sure I show y'all this time frame. Now look.
Yeah.
I make sure I gave you a source as you see it there. You see the focus. What is this categories meant in its own text? I'll make sure I did it so I can give y'all the clearest and fastest way to go about doing it. You know what I'm talking about? And Cootie, obviously you can go back and watch Cootie Mayo joint when he reads certain parts of it, right? But this when the time frame the book's written and his perspective about races. And funny enough, you know, again, just to give y'all a time frame, the race theory don't come out, and then people talk about this conversation about races, structures of phenotype and where they categorized to be at anciently or today until 1775. You heard me?
Yeah.
So it's only a 251-year-old. Our nation might be a year younger than the race theory. You know what I'm saying? Put it like that. You know what I mean? Just like the Grand Canyon only might be a little bit older than the Emancipation. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And the Civil War. So keep sliding. We can keep sliding. Primary source, right? So obviously, Philadelphia, Lee Branch will make sure you get all that. Make sure y'all know we don't be tripping, right? All right, now within the last one right there, we go right at the bottom right there. Right? You see that right there? All right, there. Okay.
Yep.
Key Philadelphia sections: history of Gypsy, Coptic, and Jew, of the Coptic, Jewish, and Phoenician races. Look where it says right after that: the dark races of men. Okay, we can slide. America as the stronghold. That's what you heard Cootie Mayo say like 3, 4, 5 times. You heard me?
Yeah, you want to make sure people understood. Yeah, but that's a very prominent word. That ain't no the little small few or the 20 odd Negro. You know what I'm saying? No. Stronghold. Nigga. What are you talking about?
Stronghold. Color folk, they say. All right, so it is in America where we find a stronghold of the colored race. The Knox discussion continues across the Americas and includes circumpolar peoples. In this passage, colored race is therefore broader than Negro or African. You heard that, y'all? Colored race is broader than Negro and African. Now, that means you can do it phenotypically, however you want to go about it. It's dark-skinned people in places who are not yet being categorized. You know what I'm talking about? With the African term, obviously not the African term, 1775 as a race. And surely dealing with the Negro. You heard me? Yeah, that part. The Latin term, we get it from, right? It's like the Grand Canyon, there's a timeline to it. How did it get to America for indigenous people, colored folk, did it start being called Negroes, right? That don't mean they tied to Africa because they colored in America and being called Negro. That's what that's telling you. Ain't that what it's telling you, Monte?
Yep.
Okay. All right, slide down there. Slide down. He explicitly includes indigenous Americans. Knox later lists the American Indian and even the Eskimo. That's what I'm gonna say, how I say Eskimo, Eskimo, however you go about it. It says, while discussing peoples assigned to the dark races. This shows the structure of his vocabulary, dark/colored, and can function as an umbrella category. American Indian, Negro, Jew, Copt, and other labels remain distinguishable population categories in his system. Wait, hold on. What is that saying to you, Monte? What is that telling you? That all these group of people in that last sentence right there, what is it saying? What category they fall underneath?
They population categories.
Right.
They're coming under the dark races. Yeah. Everything that is dark. Yeah.
I want to make sure we swat it. Dark. You know what I'm talking about? And all these people ain't coming out of what? West Africa.
No.
Just not the indigenous people we talking about here, right? Y'all see that?
Yep.
That's why I want to make sure I say it like that. It said American Indian, but they see what else is in the lineup, right? Negro, if you want to attribute that to West Africa, that's what you want to do. Negro de Guinea. You know what I'm talking about, to be more Pacific, right? The West, even a North African, right? It's other peoples that obviously are not being tied to this situation that are obviously still being tied to what? Dark races in them.
Yeah, that's a European word.
Okay, here we go. All right, so we're going to keep sliding then. I'm going to make sure y'all see the book, because I can't read the whole thing to you, right? Knox uses the expression copper-colored race of America. He also refers to indigenous peoples as copper Indians. And in his terminology, the true Americans. Now, you know, there's a definition for American that people like to quote, right? In 1868. Isn't that before the Grand Canyon was named?
Yep.
The term American as a definition predates, where it's talking about copper-colored races that later now Europeans now say that they is. You know what I'm talking about too? Like the British, that's tied to the British, by the way. Remember, because this is a British thing in this conversation. You heard me? But either way, of how America became America, who broke away from who. However, this right here, let's let you know, he rejects speculative claims that indigenous Americans were merely transplanted Europeans or the lost tribes of Israel. He's saying that they not the lost tribes of Israel. You know what I mean? Now, I know Kuti Mayo. See? I know Kuti Mayo. Talk about the Israels being in America. I'm just saying, see? But he's saying in the book, that's not what he's saying. Even though the people he's saying are colored folk, by the way. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. That part is undisputed.
I want to make sure I say it like that, though. You hear me? I'm being non-biased. Yeah. See, I through it and look at it, and I'm like, I'm taking screenshots of the pages and stuff and having the chat read it. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Hold on. Because I can't read this whole thing before the show. But I'm going to get to these parts, and I make sure I read well enough. And I can't cover all of it in the show. But what I did read through, and then what I want to take and get, like, you know what I'm saying? I went through the chapters. I showed y'all the chapters. Pieces, and I'm clipping together, and I put it, and I made it give me a presentation of what the basic book of this book is got in it, and what the man's saying in the 1850s about dark races. Now, you know, Benjamin Franklin, right? You know what I mean? Talking about what time frame was it? Been dark races of people around the world. He's saying they're the minority, right? Colored folk, colored.
Yeah.
Right. That's before this, but he's coming down This is before the Civil War, right? This book.
Right.
Before the Civil War. This book predates the Civil War. All right. Just make sure you understand what's going on. All right. Because this book is primary source. Ain't no, I showed y'all that. Now we're gonna keep sliding. Wait. Oh, that's right there. Oh no, I think I didn't read all that. I didn't read all that. See, look at me, I'm tripping. Now look, thus his American use of color, right? Yeah, colored Americans, free people of color. You heard me? Free people of color in America. Specific ethnonym. It's an ethnonym. See how I showed you that definition earlier? See, I did that for a reason. See, because now we're gonna get specifically who's being called colored, right? What category is it? It's called free people of color, right? You know what I'm talking about? Yep. All right, so it says cannot simply be read as a synonym for African ancestry. Oh, look, that's a genealogy treat for y'all. You heard me?
Yep.
So when you find colored in your genealogy, guess what? Indigenous folk, and for those whoever case scenarios or backgrounds you might have in your ancestry, color don't mean you came from out of what? Africa. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
We've been showing y'all
that don't belong to them. Yeah.
Look, non-bias wise, I've been showing you this through different references of things over time. That's why we don't try to sit here and tell y'all you this or you that or this or that. If you got put into the category of color, free people of color going into 1865, no, can't do it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Thanks.
Now, keep sliding. This from a kinfolk who were labeled colored in America. You know what I'm talking about? I'm delineating to let you know I'm talking about y'all specifically. You're talking about? Now, colored and Negro are not identical terms. See, some people think this colored thing, right? Two sides of America, right? Because today I heard somebody literally tell me back in the day, literally like during the time frame when Trump, when all they were running and all that, that colored, they don't use colored no more. They're younger than me. I was like, what you mean you don't use colored no more, young man? Yeah. He said, what you mean? He said, no, colored niggas. No, man, we don't color. It's African. All this other. I'm like, bro, wait a second. Wait. If you say your people were here and you went through slavery and all that, and even your people free or this and that, the term was colored, my guy. Mm-hmm. That's the timeline, my guy. If you people were here going into 1776, going into 1865, the term is colored. You know what I'm talking about? The legal term that is tied to emancipation on a federal level is freedmen. You know what I'm talking about? Like, why we have, listen, we be trying to talk, teachers in the school year. Y'all need to teach this. You know what I'm talking about? Don't be waiting for nobody to tell them people this. You know what I'm talking about? You know, don't do that. And we'll keep it real with you now. So, again, we're on the next page, right? We're on the next one now. Make sure I got that in. See, Knox separately discusses.
I'll be right back, bro.
You good? Knox discusses Negro populations and other African populations. So they are being talked about in this book. His broader category can encompass indigenous Americans and multiple non-European populations. Therefore, in Knox's text, every Negro may fall within a broader dark/colored scheme, but every use of color does not mean Negro. Ooh-wee. I want y'all to see. You heard me? This distinction is essential when comparing 19th century terminology, just like the Grand Canyon, right? Just like I would show y'all the Grand Canyon, 19th century terminology, huh? You gonna try to make it ancient now? Greek, even though I don't mess with the Greek stuff like that, you know what I mean? Egypt, as y'all we know the term is being used, is older than the term Grand Canyon, even though Greek is not older than the term, by the way, that's in the biblical sense called Mizraim, or even Kemet, as some people would like to say. But Mizraim would be one of the four sons of who? Ham. And Ham descends from Hub, like we do in Family Tree. You could go through any reference to get an actual, layout of how a genealogy line works, right? And then how they're being categorized retroactively after the centuries of time frames of those who are borrowing from that culture, you know what I'm saying, of an ethnonym. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's what he was doing. That's why he was doing that. He worried about a whole bunch of different people immigrating into the quota system of America at that time frame. You know what I'm talking
about? Mm-hmm. It's deep, bro.
Colored. Swarthy. Yeah. If you're swarthy, you fall underneath what? Colored. Is you a Negro from out of Africa? No.
Yep. That's the game.
Races of people, 1850. You know what I'm talking about? Here we go. All right, so there it is. We can go to the next slide.
All right.
I want to make you get this right here tonight, right here, because two races, the two sides of America. So Jews, cops. Oh, wait. Yeah,
My bad. I was making sure I was on the right one. Yeah.
All right. Jews, cops, and gypsies. Knox challenges the conventional placement of Jewish, Coptic, and Gypsy population within the Caucasian category. He associates them with his broader dark races. Wait. You know what I'm talking about? You hear what it says? Knox challenges the conventional placement of Jewish, Coptic, and Jewish population within the what? Caucasian category. Right? He's challenging it. The category we call race, meaning like Caucasians today. We say Caucasian race. You know what I'm talking about? And where they say majority of them folk are coming from. You know what I'm talking about? And they genealogy and nations and breakdowns and all this right here. They say they didn't immigrate into America for majority from out of European territories. They're tied to the Saxon and all that good stuff, the Angles and all that good stuff. You see what I'm saying? At the time frame of immigration into the country, we call it day America, tied to the races that comes about when America is being formed. You know what I mean? Within the context of that, you have to see that this is what it's talking about. That they don't want them in the category of that. That's even talking about those in Europe too, by the way. Gypsies, all them folk up there. Heard me? That's why they're not considered Caucasian to them at all. Wait, no, you ain't us. They delineated. You ain't us. No, you in Europe, but you ain't us. Now, his associates, he associates them with his broader dark racist framework and categorizes Jewish/Coptic populations as what? African/Asiatic rather than European. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Hey.
What y'all saying? Wait. What they being called? He put them where?
Hey, bro. That's tough right there. They ain't gonna like that.
They ain't gonna like that. So wait a second. Why? We're gonna get into that actually later on. And we're gonna show you the situation, the relationship between Jews and blacks, they say, right? Swart and dark. You heard me? Is this the relationship we talking about? Or is it going to go a little bit deeper because of them people, the category of the original people who's tied to that category in the first place? So it says, this document, Knox 19th century classification, is not a modern genetic evidence. Now, make sure I say that too for the record. I ain't saying that this is, genetically tied to anybody, DNA, whatever he talking about, by the way. That's for the record. You know what I'm saying? But this is what's happening in the 1850s with people talking about races and people that's coming in and being around and being called certain things. You know what I mean? Dark races of people. Colored. And we can slide down, though. So I gave it to you, like reconstruction of Knox's vocabulary. I got to give it to you like that. See, dark colored is a broad umbrella category. American Indian, specifically named indigenous population. It should say population, but the S, you heard me? It says copper colored race. What it says applied to indigenous America. Copper colored. Then, Negro, more particular population category. Jews, cops, what is it? Discussed against simple Caucasian class. What is it? Discussed against simple Caucasian classification. They don't fit the classification. In the book. This is what the book's showing y'all. I want to make sure you get it. Two sides of America, because some people on America Today debate this, but this is what's going to show you later on when we get into like what we're going to show you what was happening with us in Reconstruction before we leave tonight. I'm going to give you that 3/5 and all that. See what, in fact, think about all these people in this category right now, how they tied to the 3/5.
Right.
Colored. Other
okay.
People, think about it like that. Think about this book, 1850, right? This is prior to, right? 1865, prior to the Grand Canyon being named, right? But the 3/5 law is already in place, right? We're gonna show you that. You know what I'm saying? And now, what are the people being described that are in the 3/5 position? Is it just Africans? Is it just the Negro? Think about it like that. I mean, from American standpoint of law, since you're seeing how they already classify these people that are categorized not within the Caucasian whites, as we call European free white person. You know what I'm talking about? You're not the same category, they would say, going into 3/5 understanding of things. We're going to show you that, though. I'm going to slide on down and get out of here, though. Get this right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's switch it up. They switched it up right now. I said someone in the chat, see, they switch up the credit.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Trill.
Yeah, that part. Someone said Caucasians don't mean pale or white before there were dark people in the region. Definitely, there were dark people in the region of what we call Europe, and that don't mean that they are of the same ethnic ethnonym of the people who also are in Europe during these time frames that we talk about history. You know what I'm saying? But they're the ones that wants to represent the region, so they're going to now, when the race come into play, be like, "What? It's us that's coming out and dominating the region, coming over here." They're not trying to talk about dark, swarthy people that Benjamin Franklin telling you around the world that's colored. That would go against supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
Two sides of America. Two sides of America. You heard me? What perspective are you seeing it from? You heard me? So no, what Knox source establishes, so we can make sure we understand what it establishes here. Groundwork based off what Cootie Mill covered. He covered that side. There's so much in the book. That's why I gave y'all the book. Go research, read it yourself, because there's a lot more in it than what I'm. But I thought this is tied to one part out of the book. That's why even within a person that covers these books can actually read it from different perspectives of what they're looking at or looking for. By the way, so colored race was not exclusively African designation in Knox's 1850 vocabulary. Indigenous American populations were directly included in his dark/colored framework. He still distinguished American Indians, Negro populations, Jews, Copts, and other populations. His historical colored terminology must be interpreted by author, date, jurisdiction, and context, not automatically translated into modern ethnonym called African American. See, I gave you that ethnonym in the beginning, y'all. See, I hope I landed though on that one right there. What you think about that, Mom? I think I landed. You see, I took.
Hey, bro, you know, like when you first came, I was like, bro, I said, you gotta make it make sense to me. Now, after you done presented it, bro, you did good. This fire.
Wait, with this man.
This is fire. Now, you know I wouldn't tell you that if I don't believe it.
And I ain't done yet though. See, you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's why I say, look, I just want to make sure you see how I tied it all together from the sources we started with to where we at right now. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it made perfect sense.
Yeah. I got, I know where I'm going sometimes. I got a map of mine. My mind be somewhere in the ether sometime. Excuse me, y'all. You heard me? But I got to give it to you this way to really show my clear picture sometimes. I'm painting something. You know what I'm talking about? So I got to do it this way on the party. The party side is the Maroon vibe. Shout out to Maroonville. You heard me?
Oh, shit.
Maroonville. You heard me?
I'm tripping.
All right. What happened?
I think I went, let me see. I went the wrong direction. Right here. Is it right here, right?
That's where we was at?
I think so.
I'll slide down. I just read the African American ethnonym part. You see? So go to the next. Is in the
so this must be the start of this one.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Yep.
So Knox does not prove that every person legally classified as colored in the United States was indigenous, African, Jewish, or mixed. U.S. statutes, census, court, and local records could use colored differently from Knox's anthropological vocabulary. I'm gonna make sure I put that out there. See, I'm being very non-biased about this. And it says his racial hierarchy and fixed racial theory are scientifically obsolete. Ooh, look at at the end, and they're gonna give you that. See, I ain't gonna, meaning you can't apply it. You can't apply it. That's why it's obsolete. You can't apply. So it's for you, not for what ended up coming the category that the imperial system used to call you free person of color. You hear me? And that automatically, when we think about free person of color, that race category automatically today will apply to the Negro who came out of West Africa.
Yep.
That's what it's telling you. Because the source is strongest as evidence of the 19th century racial language and intellectual history. I'm hoping I'm trying to be intellectual enough for y'all to catch what's going on right here. You heard me? Y'all heard me though? Y'all in the chat. Tell me what y'all thinking.
Yeah, I
Let
tapped
them
in, bro.
For a minute though.
They've been saying all kind of stuff though. They've been. Yeah, bro. Say yes. People have to read for themselves. It's big Canada right here. They say yes. People have to read for themselves and not just listening to what others claim. Doing your own research brings more truth to the conversation. Exactly. You can't have an informed point of view on something if you ain't did no damn research. You just gonna be out here babbling, and we got that bad. Homicide Says first census was 1790. Only a few classification was listed. Exactly.
They couldn't give you no exact race in 1790.
Yeah, nah, they still, but they don't know who all here it is. Ain't no IDs.
You dark skinned, you talking to the average white person that's the minority at the time, like Benjamin Franklin telling you going into the time frame that everybody that's being classified based off imperial systems from a colonial standpoint or from a United States standpoint after 1776, that everybody's being called free people of color, and their genealogy automatically is tied to coming out of Africa, you heard me? Or Europe or Indian. By the way, that's a fact. Autonomous Party gonna keep it, because you my kinfolk either way, y'all. You heard me? Make sure I say it like that to you. Because if you join the Maroonville situation and what we doing autonomously, you heard me, we gonna get all right based off something a little bit more bigger than that race thing. Autonomously. So tap in. So at the end of the day, for my kinfolk, that's my thing. I don't think there's anything left on this bone right here though. We can go to the colored folks a little bit after 8. I want to make sure I give them that too. I mean,
yeah, it's just
in the book
pages.
though,
So just
all them pages.
The link already in the chat, and
right,
these are the pages that you go.
That all the things I went through. You heard me in the presentation out of the book, so you can know the pages that I screenshotted and used. I want y'all to see it. I don't be capping y'all. You heard me? I'm gonna give it to you what I see. I'm gonna let you see what I see, and then you go look at it yourself and read it for yourself and tell me autonomously if you go you think I'm crazy or something. I'm talking about. Put it out there.
Yep. So then you coming after the fact, screenshot this.
You heard me? Shout out Miss Sherry. What happened now?
Now I was saying for people that's coming after the fact, screenshot this so they can go ahead and then take the book and go directly to these pages for them key points. But shit, read it all. But this is where you get to the meat of everything right here. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the meat thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or if you know how to use AI, put it into your agent.
Yeah, use these tools with the primary sources the right way to get your answers.
Exactly.
You know what I'm talking about? That's right. All my college students out there, though, when you write your thing, you got to write it with your own words. You can't be just putting it in and letting it do it for you now. You can't be doing that now.
Correct. You can't let it think for you. You use it to assist you and be able to grab things and break things down. Remember, because you can't remember. If you get to read and do, you can't remember what page everything on in every book. Like, we ain't no computers. That ain't how the brain works. We can't remember books from 5 years ago and exactly what page this statement is on. You feel me?
It don't work
roll
like that.
And keep reading. But this shit, it remember.
It's gonna remember. Gonna hold you down and make you get your markers right chronologically and all that. Give you the timeline. Say, oh no, that timeline they weren't even using that. Oh my bad. Yep, you're right. I can't even use that word. When you process this the right way, you ask the right question, you gonna get the right answers. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
So that's
you want to go to the other one?
Thing. Two sides of America, right?
Yep.
Two sides of America, y'all. that's the next one, right? You went straight to it. Okay. So now I want to make sure I gave it to you like that. You know what I'm talking about? For everybody that tapped in tonight. So colored, right? Free people of color, right? Colored races of America, specifically your ancestry in America at this time frame. What time frame is this? Going into what? 1865. Grand Canyon ain't Grand Canyon yet.
Yep.
So, core question I want to give y'all out here to think about, ponder on it. You know what I'm talking about? Slide back up like that. It says, were free people of color counted as 3/5 of a person before Reconstruction? Let's see the question though. You hear the answer next to it? No. It say no. For federal apportionment, I had to practice that. I'm talk Geechee. I'll be moving fast. I had to slow myself down to say this word. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you nailed it.
You know what I'm talking about? Free people. Free people. Included free people of what? Color. Were counted in the whole number of free persons.
Yeah.
The 3/5 formula. Y'all like math out there? Do the math. 3/5 look like a fraction, ain't it? Now, apply to enslaved population. Not all people of color. Ooh, wait a second now. Wait a minute. You say that all the colored folk that's being called color, you might find in your genealogy ain't what? Slaves prior to 1865?
Exactly. Yep.
You wonder why? That's why I had to break down that whole colored part tied to the African part with the Negro for y'all to do genealogy, and your lineage is showing people classified as colored or mulatto or other terms that obviously would be in the category. But that's what they're not tied to those who were enslaved going into this time frame, so they're never going to be counted in that situation, even though they're called colored and colored Negro are all underneath one category based off the system. Did y'all catch that? Huh. Did you catch it? That was bars right there.
Nah, you cook.
So the 3/5 formula applied to the enslaved population, not all people of color. You hear me? So slide down.
All right.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said it. Not 3/5 of a human. Because I hear people say that shit all the time too, like that Egyptian Canyon thing. They be saying,
yeah,
they thought of us as 3/5 of human. We were 3/5 of a human. They counted.
That's just the narrative put on there.
Out of 5 people, they counted us out of 3. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so in the chat, you on it down there. I see you though. You live with me though. You on it though. Them seats. You know what I'm talking about? You see what's going on. The original Constitution created a population formula. Yes, right. For representation in the House and for direct taxation. Remember, Paul Covey was saying taxation without representation, right? Going into the American Revolution. He was colored, right? Huh? Right? Mixed. You know what I'm talking about? Here's a great example of this conversation right here. You know what I'm talking about? Think about it. Taxation without representation. He had ships and all. He was going back to Africa and everything with the mixture and everything. They say, whatever y'all want to debate about all the other stuff, but we know he mixed and he's in the colored category. You know what I'm talking about? And he's like, man, hold on, man. A representation? Yeah, how y'all taxing me on what I'm doing? I ain't able to be involved.
Ain't let me have no voice. Where they do that at?
Where they do? Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
It counted the whole number of free persons, excluded Indians. Look, excluded who? Indians not taxed. Because if you was an Indian category, in the category of being an Indian at this time frame, guess what? You're not taxable. You got your own.
Yeah, how would they count through? Yeah.
It said, and added 3/5 of all persons. All other persons. That's the word it used. It didn't use Africans in it. They didn't say Negro in it. It said other persons functioned as constitution. I messed up that word. Euphemism. You heard me? That's how I said it.
Oh, euphemism.
Euphemism? I know.
Euphemism.
I ought to give them, however y'all might say it out there. Y'all see what it is. For enslaved
keyword AKA. It mean AKA as a slave person. This is what they was using to describe everybody else that did not matter because your ass didn't own shit. So you would be called enslaved. But guess what? Part. If you were a 9-year-old child and you lived on your parents' land, you were enslaved to the family.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, that part. Or if you somebody who came from Africa as a prisoner of war, guess what? You would be in the same position as that child would be on paper.
On paper, 3/5.
There's no difference.
You're all other persons, right? You in that category.
Or if you indentured, you would be all other persons. You see what I'm saying? You're not a landowner. You don't count.
Hey, listen, I know some people like to focus on the African ideal of enslaved and inferiority and race baiting today. You know what I'm talking about? But people who are looking at their ancestry and they're saying, ain't no African on the record, but I see colored. Wait, right. I see, I see the mulatto. Wait, see, this is all tied to genealogy and your race category today that you are tracing through genealogy, and you're reading a certain time frame of when your ancestors are living, like Reconstruction period, and if it was in a colored position, free or indentured or worse, right? Depending on economics of trade and whatever case might be, state by state. But until the federal thing kicked in, based off of this 3/5 thing getting kicked out, I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna walk you down to it now. I'm gonna show you why. Let me see. Let's slide on down. Let's see, because some of these people be just like the Grand Canyon in Egypt thing. They be letting their mind go all the way off. You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
Who was counted and why and how? How and look at here. It says population, all that, apportment, treatment. It says free white person, full count. Free black / free person of color, full count. Enslaved person, 3/5 count. Indians not taxed, excluded. There you go. There's the breakdown. There's the formula. Bang.
And it's simple. It's very, very simple.
That's it. That's how the system works. That's how it was. That's the 3/5 formula. That's the formula right now. That's who's being counted. Representation. Oh, wait a second. Oh, full counted. The free black, though, like Paul Cuffey, right, is saying, bitch, I'm counted, but you're not counting me, bitch. I ain't getting no representation.
Mm-hmm.
So you're taxing me because I'm taxable. You see what I'm saying? I'm able to be
right.
That category full count means you taxable, bitch. You taxable.
Yep.
See, I said Indian not taxed. All the other categories besides enslaved persons are property, right? You belong in a contract position. You can't be taxed as an individual because somebody's paying tax for you.
Hey, it's funny because this apportionment for people who had their own authority in trucking for interstate travel, you have apportioned plates, apportioned tags, meaning every place that you go make money in need a piece of what you didn't made in commerce. This is what, so that's how you know this was about business. When it comes to who they was counting, it wasn't personal. If you wasn't a part of the land ownership in a certain way, why is we counting? We can't rely on you for tax money. So you literally is less than nothing to us. You only matter to the person's land that you own because you helping them make money. Other than that, you useless.
That part. So now we're gonna go slide on down. Cause see, some people be getting fantastical about a lot of this stuff and making it strictly about some racial thing, and they don't understand law or the system that they in. Or they don't even know the ethnonym of the nationality they tied to right now. You know what I'm talking about? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, the hypothetical, state population, right? 50,000, it's hypothetical now. Hypothetical. Keep your mind right. 50,000 free white people plus 10,000 free people of color. Let's put that number together. Plus 40,000 enslaved people. Look, formula. Apportment population. 50,000 plus 10,000. Oh, plus what we say 40,000 times the 3/5, right? Give you what number? Look, I did the math for y'all. 84,000. You see that? This is the 10,000 free people of color are counted completely. The enslaved population contributes 24,000 to the apportment total. You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
What's that showing
That's
y'all?
A lot.
Huh?
Hey, that's a lot, and that show you why they was mad with how the South. Because think about it, South could run the numbers up like crazy because you got the big old families, okay, that all would be enslaved to the master, to the slave, to the owner of the estate. You see what I'm saying?
Contractually speaking,
right. So they go in the numbers. The North would have never, ever, ever been able to compete with the South. The numbers would have been too high with that 3/5. So that's why they rewrote everything to make it demonized, to make it
tied to that Civil War. You heard me?
Correct. Yes.
Two sides of America, right? It's not all about just race or we just enslaved. Get the Africans in 1865.
It's about the land and the money, bro.
What do you mean?
The land and the money led to the political power.
We got these Indians not taxed. We got these white folks. This is 1865. What we talking about? The genesis of what's happening in America. You have to be common sense with what's happening off of what happened prior, going into the time frame, and why these laws are being applied in the way they're being applied.
Yep.
Oh yeah, censorship. Yeah. 3/5 law.
That was the real slavery that came.
Taxed. Guess what, y'all? All y'all taxed now, ain't it? You could be in a bad contract right now, ain't it? And you still gonna be taxed though, ain't it?
Yep. We getting taxed. So think about it. If one of them, if we could go wake up an ancestor from 1801 and bring them to today and they see all the taxes that we pay, but they'll probably lose their mind.
That part. Hey man, listen here. I only got to show people what it is. We try to, before we go into like talking about, sometimes we got to get this part right for our folk out there. See, my kinfolk, I need y'all to know what the party If you can't vote with me, we absolutely gotta absolutely understand. You heard me when it comes to what we talking about specifically about our American, what happened with these things, these system parts, we have to fully understand it. You heard me? We can't be talking out of context and using terms that don't fit the understanding what's happening with colored folk at this time frame. And their ancestry will go back prior to that being categorized today, as people say, well, I find my genealogy something inside that category. They weren't all coming out of Africa, or they weren't coming all out of this. Well, you can't tell somebody that because what the system called you, colored folk. Esther Lucy. Huh? The Esther Lucy is colored folk. You know that, right, Monte? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Esther Lucy means colored folk, dark people. You heard me?
Yep.
It didn't say you're African because you're Esther Lucy. You heard me? But however they want to go into this, hey, Tuskegee, you heard me? Tuskegee, you heard me? Those colored folk, you heard me? Booker T. Washington, no, Alabama. All right. Chief Tuscaloosa.
Make my headphones switch.
Y'all hear me out there while you doing that though?
You want me to go to the next slide?
Yeah, you can slide. You hear me though? You can be talking, make sure you hear me too. Y'all out there hear me though? Yeah. Yeah, Monte, you there? I gotta go out and come back in? Yo, you frozen? You good?
Now you can hear me now?
I hear you, but you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, we good then. Make sure. See these glitches, y'all. You see how that shit good? Okay, y'all sound good. We sound good. Tap in, mic check. You heard? All right. So number 4 of this list of this situation, full count did not mean equal rights. See, I'm gonna make sure you understand what's happening. Paul Cuffey saying it. You know what I'm talking about? Constitutional apportionment, legal freedom, citizen suffrage, and civil rights were separate questions. A free person of color could be counted as a whole free person while still facing severe state law restrictions. Ooh, wee. Did y'all hear that? Mic check.
Yep. Yeah, you good.
It says, dependent on jurisdiction and period, restrictions could affect voting, jurists, testimony, migration, education, assembly, firearms, and travel. Marriage. You know what I'm talking about?
So everything.
All the things that you might be trying to do, you count it now. You were counted. You heard me? You free. Yeah. But guess what? In this state, we ain't let you marry this person.
And this was all state, political. This was the politics.
You can't travel to that state and be free still to say where you in this state. Because in that state, they got this going on. And like Dred Scott, you know what I'm saying? Like migrations. Right. Oh, you can't migrate here. Them people ain't gonna have the same thing happening here. So when you go to that state, because that's why Reconstruction in that 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment that abolished this 3/5 situation. You hear me? That's right. Because we'd be in a bad situation if this shit was still in play. So depending on jurisdiction, I'll make sure that's the letter marinade. Personhood did not automatically equal freedom, citizenship, voting rights, equal civil rights. No. Yeah. Census was allocate the tax revenue. You heard it. Yeah.
It's simple. How can you know how you got to track your dollars, right? So how could you know how much money you can account for if you don't know how many people, and the people is your money?
That part. See, I want to make sure I say it how it is. And then this racist thing and this whole African 1865, we were slaves and they had us all the chains. And, you know what I'm saying? It was whipping us. And this is a spooky story to get you scared to understand that this 3/5 situation tied to your ancestry in this time frame. You heard me? In this free person.
But a Spike Lee movie, bro.
You know what I mean? In this free person of color category. You heard me?
Yep.
Ooh wee, boy! Listen here, they always gonna show you the worst. I ain't saying the worst ain't there because it could be worse, but That's why you need to know what happened to your people in this time for Reconstruction going into the emancipation and what state your people were located, state to state, and what laws were allocated in your state or when your county came about in your state, with your surnames tied to whatever might be happening as free people of color or worse conditions. You heard me? It could be worse. The clause did not declare that an enslaved human being possessed only 60% of human personhood. You heard that, y'all? See to do the math. So anybody that's out there telling you that right now? All right, now season 26 falls here. We ain't playing no games with y'all with that. You heard me? It established a political, arithmetic, and representation and direct taxation. We've been saying it the whole time. I want to make sure you got it. Slaveholding states gained representation from populations that could not vote for the representatives whose seats their numbers helped create. You heard me? So they were swelling their numbers, saying that we got this many people in our state.
And it was really, and you got to think about it, this was really all just a play on words, because at this time, so think about it, in context, there aren't apartments. The way you live isn't single and independent and go out on the big city, and that's not how you live. You find somebody with land and you live and work on that land. Your community is all local little areas, church, but work and everything is the land. Ain't no job.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I mean, we doing that.
So everybody, they will be fine if they don't need to be represented in a certain way. They are just fine as long as they can keep doing what they doing. They don't care nothing about no federal laws and all the other shit. That don't even bother them.
Come on, man. Exactly. I mean, shoot. Look what it's showing you. We just showed you the numbers. You feel me, Montez? We showing them the numbers.
Yeah.
I giving you numbers with the math. It's like a word problem. You know what I'm saying? Math problem. You got to understand that the fractions and stuff give you word problems where you got to think about the population time frame and what's happening and why people are in the categories and why they have been attributed to taxes and who can be taxed and who will not be taxed. And in your state, you're using these people and you're saying you're taxing them, but you ain't giving them the same freedoms as the people that are in our state that are actually taxable. Wait a second. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? You hear me? Like, we got to understand the reference of real, like the foundation of what's 3/5 is tied to. Because it ain't talking about race, is it? It's talking about what? Taxation.
Correct. Not how much of a human you are and how you get treated in court. You know what I'm saying? This is strictly for what this is right here.
That's what that is. That's right. Free people of color. Yeah, see, people know that. They be finding that in their genealogy, don't they? Yeah. You go back to the Reconstruction time frame, you're going to find that word right there, 1865. It's older than the Grand Canyon.
Yep.
However, two sides of America. We in the next one. The clause did not declare that enslaved human beings. Again, I already read this. See?
Yeah, you read it. Did you go through everything? Yeah, but at the end.
Go ahead. Is there any more?
You read the end.
We at the end. That's it right there, right? I'm gonna land right there on y'all.
All right.
The early United States was not legally divided into like two. You heard me? Into white equals free and black equals enslaved. You heard that say? I'm gonna say it again to y'all. The early United States was not legally divided only into white equals free and black equals enslaved communities of free black and mixed ancestry. People existed before the Civil War. Terminology varied. Free Negro, free black, free person of color, and especially in French context, je ne colon la brie. Their rights and disabilities differed sharply among states and territories. That's why we were covering y'all the state joint, right? Showing you the development and how they came about and how they came into unions, and then they end up how we know in the Civil War time frame going to fights about population control of the treaties that were tied to those territories that became states and all that kind of stuff. You heard me? Because it's not that simple as people like to just say this, like I said, black and white. because it's not that. The early United States was not legally divided into two categories. We call it day black and white. Period. I don't want to hear it. When we get to free people of color, we're just missing all that too. All that out of there.
Got to.
All that Greek Canyon and the two Americans, I don't want to hear it. All that, man, listen here. All this, oh, you was African, you a Negro, you free person of color, you came out of Africa, and you people were just slaves until 1865. I don't want to hear it. Taxation now, we can go into that now, like you said. Nah, I can't go around that right there.
Just the truth.
13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment tell me so. But federally speaking, right? Emancipation, you hear me? But that's what came the unionized of America underneath the federal umbrella, you heard me? Because before that, states had a different jurisdiction from what the federal umbrella was doing. Two sides of America, you heard me?
The feds introduced the union. They literally called it the union. So they made a workers' union that make it to where now, hey, if you want to go out there and get your own land and do your own thing, essentially you can do that. This is all they did is open up more people to be able to be fully taxed. That's what they did. It made you enjoy it.
Hey, like I said, we back though. It's the first one back. You heard me? We in the fall season. So I want to give you, that's why I said I try to, you know what I mean? Instead of giving you just one, there's a lot of things within this. You heard me? It's complexity within what I want to give you tonight. First time coming back. I didn't want to just give you just a flat little history thing. And you know what I mean? I want to give you something that you can let marinate and got some law into it. It got some history and racial things into it. It got the understanding of time frames and terminologies we're using. You heard me? Because that's the thing that autonomously right here you need. So that's why we tell you to tap in. And I appreciate that tapped in, Veronica, to you all my kinfolk out there. You know what I mean? Keep it gullah, keep it geechee. You heard me? Redemption. Redeem yourself, though. Don't be waiting for nobody else to do it for you. You heard me? When it comes to what you got power in your hands to do, when it comes to your lineage and tracing that, or anything within your estate ideals, shout out to our trusty friends, right? That can help you with that if you need help with that as well. And things that, you know, shout out to your insurance policy. We got referrals for you, good people that know how to do that for you right there too. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? But we're going to give you in the right direction, though, of what's going to help you at times to do what you need to do for you. All my kinfolk out there that's tapped in. You heard me? So I appreciate everybody that taps in, and we'll see y'all next week. You know, we back. You heard me? To let y'all know. And anybody that got anything to go against anything we just said and they want smoke, you know what I mean? Because I heard Monte, they be trying to give you some pressure on social media, giving out the news, thing like that. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all now, listen here. Got a problem with Monte, you're going to have an issue now because the party, we will, you know what I'm saying? We ain't scared to get smoke. Smoke in the city coming now. You heard me? Because if you say something that's crazy, and we got to use you as the example that you crazy, and so be it. You heard me? At the end of the day,
some good content off of it.
Hey, matter of fact, too, actually, since I'm here still, at the same time, I'm going to say this to y'all. No, Luke, right? He was running for Congress in my district, District 20, right? Out of there, all the area, right?
He got mocked.
954. He got but he ran though. See, first, so a lot of people say, you know, it's like to get whooped, you still got to do something somebody else ain't do, so you don't even know what the whooping feel like. You know what I'm talking about? So I respect for that. Shout out to him.
I salute him for trying, because that's the lane that we need older black men to be in. Niggas stop worrying about albums.
You
start doing this here.
Lanes, these industries, these positions of politics, you got to try it out to know what it is. If not, you don't know.
Facts.
So just like anything, if you don't go
I
out
know
there,
he didn't learn now.
You know what I'm saying? So, but guess what, though? I ain't seen nobody celebrating in the state of Florida, especially. You know what I'm talking about? We should be celebrating Black history being made, though. You heard me?
Nah, facts.
That boy Byron Donald, the black man that just won governor. His first black governor. What we talking about here? Why are we not?
Yeah. Nah, that's major, bro. Yeah, they don't like him, so they don't want to talk about it.
They don't like him because he's Republican, but he black, right? As I say, he colored.
Yeah.
When William, the dude William was Andrew, the dude Gilliam, what's his name?
Andrew Gilliam. Yeah.
He was running, right? He got to be popular at one point, and everybody like, he like him. But guess what? He got caught doing a whole bunch of crazy shit though. At the same time,
fell off.
Listen, so he black too though, right? We'd have been happy if he would have won too. That's what y'all saying. So it's this man right here running, and he about to make history. Hey, let the history be colorful.
Yeah.
Colorful. Huh? That's history, right? It's gonna be a part of Black history. That the first Black governor is gonna be called Byron Donald. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna say?
Yeah.
It's like Obama, first Black president, right? Like you like to say, right? Like, come on, man. What are you doing? You better get into this politics though, autonomy for yourself, and not let nobody else tell you what it is. You heard me? That's all I got to say before we get out of here. You know what I mean? The harsh reality is live life autonomously, Monte. Till next time.
Tap in.
Peace.
This could take quite a bit of time.
Pardon my autonomy. I know one day they'll honor me. This ain't pertaining to 28 Deuteronomy. Self-determination, controlling our situation. Ain't no more indoctrination from pale faces. How the fuck you bummy and broke but a pale racist? My lineage free people of color with a left make each nigga. This right here maroon, now it ain't burgundy. If you plotting murder, I'm certain that you'll need surgery. Hurt from when the burner squeeze. Protecting tribe business. Only consulting with governments tried to tribe with it. Please don't confuse us with those considered native. Semi-autonomy never was in our nature. Just address me as Esther Lusty. Wild Indian status and Cherokees riding Ruchis. In my war bonnet, if you want it, bring it to your region. And black forces the same color the European. Pardon my autonomy. I know one day they'll honor me. This ain't pertaining to 28 Deuteronomy. Self-determination, controlling our situation. Ain't no more indoctrination from pale faces.
Aborigines, which means what? Black folks. You never find a white aborigine. Aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are aborigines, but you don't like to be called an aborigine.
They keep asking where we come from. Like home got somewhere else to be.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Yeah. Right through my old town, look what I still see. Names above the storefronts, names that look like me. Old church by the highway, graves behind the trees. They say we came from somewhere. This look like home to me. You learn one America, I learn one too. Maybe that's the reason mine don't look like yours do. America to me ain't America to you. You see red, white, and blue. I see what we've been through. America to me ain't the story that you knew. Same country, same flag, two completely different views. Same house, same county, same road we always knew. They called us something Monday, by Friday something new. Nobody moved the family, nobody moved the land. Funny how a name can change with one stroke of a hand. Before you tell me where my story starts, take another look around before you draw the map. America to me ain't America to you. You see red, white, and blue. I see what we've been through. America to me ain't the story that you knew. Same country, same flag, two completely different views.
just a different story told to you. Look again, look around. I've been here on this ground. Look again, look around. I've been here. Oh, America to me. Ain't America to you. You see red, white, and blue. I see what we've been through. America to me. Ooh, ain't the story that you knew. Same country, same flag. Two completely different views. Don't tell me go back.
Back where?
Don't tell me find home.
It's here.
America to me ain't America to you.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
They cut the story into pieces. Told us pick one. They gave me a color, said live inside this. Found my name down, made it fit in they. Looking in the mirror like something been missing. Got rivers in me, they never mapped out. Got names in my bones, they never let out. Every time I felt different, I was dead right. They just buried the truth under headlines. Split me up, then they labeled it clarity. Now we fighting over fragments of identity. If I'm everything, why they narrow me? I'm putting all my pieces back deliberately. Don't dilute me, don't reduce me. I'm a blend they couldn't blueprint. Every layer got a voice. Let it speak. It's that Creole soul, unfold, don't fold. Every root I hold, turn me hold. It's that Creole soul, not one code. I've been told, now I know. Yeah, feel that? That ain't confusion, that's memory. Been walking around edited versions, whole identity stuck behind curtains. Took the depth and traded it for surface. Now we searching for worth and what they purchased. But I feel it when the rhythm hit different, like my body recognized what's been hidden. Certain sounds make my spirit sit up like you've been here before. I can't forget it. They simplified us just to manage the narrative, turned inheritance into comparison. But the truth don't break under pressure. It just wait for the right ones to carry it. Don't dilute me, don't reduce me. Yeah, I'm a blend that couldn't blueprint. Every layer got a voice. Let it speak. It's that Creole soul, unfold, don't fold. Every root I hold, turn me hold. It's that Creole soul, not one code. I've been told, now I know. Gotta choose a side, I don't gotta cut my ties. Every line inside me mine. Yeah. I'm the sum, not the fraction. I'm the truth past the caption. All my blood in alignment. Say it plain, we not one note, we harmony. Now I move like I carry an archive. Every step got a past that survived. I ain't searching for self in they boxes. I rebuilt it from what they tried to hide. So when I speak, it's layered intention. Not just pain, it's full dimension. We don't need their permission. I'm a blended code and blueprint. Every layer got a voice. Let it speak. It's that Creole soul. Unfold, don't fold. Every root I hold. Turn me old. It's that Creole soul. Not one code, I've been told. Now I know. They told us pick one. We picked all of it. That's power.
Do your pictures in my phone? And sometimes you get me through the day. And whenever I start to feel alone, I just play your voice louder than I say before things change. Now I read the message you sent, trying to tune out when you say I know you love me, but you just forget about us.
75% of Americans currently do not have an estate plan. So who needs it and why? If you're over 18 and you don't know the answer to one of these questions, then it's probably you. So adults, who can make healthcare decisions for you if something were to happen today? Do you have the right set of documents to make sure your loved ones can be present for you? Parents, do you have the right set of guardianship documents to make sure that your children can be under the care of someone that you trust and that knows them, that cares for them and has their best interests at heart? Homeowners, would your family face probate if something were to happen to you today? Would you not rather make sure they don't face the delays, cost, and public nature of this court process? If any of these apply to you, here at Trustee Friend, we have simple planning options, whether you opt for a guided by a friend, guided by a planner, or guided by attorney option, making estate planning simple, affordable, and accessible to everybody. Don't believe me? Reach out to us today.